Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to this edition of the Halcyon Show. How are you doing? Sorry for this initial technical issue that we seem to be having. I don't know what's going on with YouTube and a few other things, but long story short, I moved the stream details over because I tried to go live earlier, and it went live for 2 seconds and then closed it. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on. So apologies for that. I'll keep an eye on the stream itself, and hopefully, you know, all being well, shouldn't be any further issues, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's long and short of it. What happened, it just kept on closing it and opening it, opening and closing it. So sorry for the delay. Thank you for joining me this evening. I hope you're keeping as well as you can be. You join me, I'm a little sad. Because penultimate episode of this series. Only one more to go after this one. We're on to Group G. Part 7 of this 8-part series, covering every single battler of every single group within the Where Winning Matters Premier Battles tournament. Set to take place and film in September onwards, and then set to go live in January of next year, albeit on a staggered release schedule. So, yeah, well, I mean, yeah, there's not really much more to say, is there? We just got to crack on. Just got to get on with it now. What have we got on the agenda for today? Like I say, we've got Group G. That is the group of Sam Hypes, Bert Broadbent, Quicksilver, and of course, a man who needs no introduction, Mr. P Solja. That was the big news. I know Bobby Rex entering the tournament was big news. I'm not surprised by Bobby, because Bobby really wants to. He wants to cement his place as the top dog in UK battle rap. I know that Shotty's on a bit of a run at the moment. It looks like he's going to be hopefully piecing together a bit of a run, and that's great for everyone. That's fantastic. I think, you know, that particular tide raises all ships, but Bobby in particular, I think, is looking to stake his claim. So I think when that news broke, everyone was kind of like, oh, well, that's the heavyweight. That's the new favourite. I'll be honest. For me, hearing that P Solja was going to be participating in a tournament is one of those ones where you go, ooh, not so fast. Let's let this man cook for a second, because P Solja is not only one of the most indelibly talented individuals in the world, but he's also, full disclosure, and this is why I'm saying this off the top, quite a good friend of mine. He's a fucking prince. Real nice guy. So it's hard to see past him in this group. I'll be brutally honest with you. So that's why we're here today. We're here today because my remit in this series is to look at every single participant and analyze, or at least try and give some analysis, probably not analysis, more punditry really, as to who could win, how they could win it, what have they got to work on, and what are the dynamics at play. So even though, again, I would argue P Solja's entry into this tournament changes the dynamic of so many different things, let's still try and look at this, you know, with an open heart. You know, let's try and be open to the prospect of what could happen. So, Hadda Shrooms. Hi, Hadda Shrooms. How you keeping, my friend? Hope you are well this evening. Hope you're looking forward to some battles. I was hoping for a few more people up the top, because I'm not sure what order we should do this in. Let's bring up Group G. I'm going to also apologize because I'm still fucking ill. So, sorry about that. So what have we got? I've got 2 for Sam Hypes. I've got 2 for Quicksilver. 1 for Bert Broadbent, because there's only 1 battle publicly available of his solo. There is one of him with Jeeves, but I watched that and I wasn't a fan, so I don't want to showcase that one again. Also because I think it's not a fair representation of him. And then we've got P Solja. I've selected his battle as well because he also made the suggestion. He's like, bro, use that one. So I ain't gonna argue with the big man. Yo, what's going on, dude? How we keeping? I wonder, so who do we, there's 5 of you watching now, that's good. Who do we want to kick off with today, do we think? What battle should we watch first? Or who should we watch first, I should say. Tell you what I'm just going to do as well. The stream seems a little creaky. I'm just going to check my my handy task manager and see what program's fucking it up for the rest of it. Because my PC was running so well the other day. God. Ow, my ears. So, Hadda Shrooms wants Bert. Aaron wants P Solja. What one should we watch first then? I don't know. I'm tempted. I'll tell you what. Let's get it out of the way, shall we? Because I've only picked one battle for him, and I think we just need a refresher of what he can do. So I'm gonna go with Hadda Shroom. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna go with Aaron on this one. Sorry, Hadda Shrooms. I'm gonna go with P Solja, and the battle I picked for P Solja is, unsurprisingly, his most recent one against a fellow competitor in this tournament, one Caveman. So
Find me on a
let's
typical
go.
day, trying to figure a way to evade minimum wage.
Both of them, by the way, fantastic music. I love both of their music. P Solja's such a talented musician, and Caveman's music is something I've come to really enjoy.
If it's issues, guess it's you who got the problem.
Chill,
Lad.
cool
I've been
dude,
here a
you
long
know
time
what
and I ain't holding back. I'm a rise cause I'm righteous and my brothers are wise. Speak my truth when it's time to, and not into hide.
I think what I want to do, Hadda Shrooms, just to pause for a second, is look. Again, the tournament is, broadly speaking, to, again, unearth new gems, new talent, new... If you're not already familiar with P Solja, I got nothing for you. Like, I don't know what for you. So let's get P Solja done, because I think P... He's a man of few words. He won't need to make much of a punctuation, so...
Premier bottles, undisclosed, we're out of the venue,
Lunacy in the front
Manchester in
row
the
as well.
building, make some noise! This is the main event and we're going to jump straight into it. On the left
Jim Bob Gnarly's to the right as well.
A UK legend making his return after 6 years, Manchester. Show a lot of love for P Solja!
This one's the Greymaster Badman, my guy. Alright.
And on the right hand side, you've seen him before, Manchester. Show a lot of love for Caveman!
They did a great job lighting this one. It looks really cool, man.
Round one on P, let's go.
Let's go.
Yo. See, I've been gone for a while. And I heard the people wanted me back, so fuck it. While I'm here, I'ma hit them with some fuck that. The gun god is back. Soon as the battle got announced, the whole scene was on ice. Cause I know I'm the type to catch him once and shoot him twice. Yo, Briggsy, it's plain to see that this is a mismatch. Cause we all know I'll catch him slipping and slap one on his cheek. No, kiss catch, big strap. But I ain't waving a pistol to show it off. Nigga, I bought the pistol to pistol whip your bitch to get my point across. But if I give my bitch the nod, off the bat it's got to go. She'll pull up with it, busting out of shorts like a camel toe. See if you see him in a trench coat, he's trying to stunt probably. You see me in a trench coat, I'm carrying a pump shotty. But what do you know about fighting 4 niggas at once? Swinging for every one of them and having to duck a punch. See, we ain't the same, Cave, cause I eat robberies and you eat brunch. See, from day one, I live my life by the code. One drop of a playing card, he's got to go. They'll tag his toe and turn his meatball into a sloppy jaw.
There you go. Solid from P Solja. Solid. I mean, like I say, P Solja style, what I would articulate him as is he takes his time. Again, lads, not being funny, it's the advice I give you. P Solja, when he performs, he makes the stages home. He takes at his own pace, commands attention in a way that doesn't seem overt and eccentric to a certain degree. Clever, but not too clever. Writes to the audience in question, doesn't try and go over their heads for the sake of it, but is also really keen and quick to point out what he bullet points things really, really well. It's difficult to piece him together in broad terms, but he's just so deft of hand with the resources that he has. He's so efficient with what he does. He's brilliant. P Solja's fantastic. Anyways, and obviously we've come to that because this is the weird thing about this battle in particular is I had no familiarity with Caveman when I saw this battle. Obviously, having seen him since, it's clear he needed work here. But like, even in this battle, I always thought like he had a certain charisma. He had a certain flair to him. You know what I mean? It's that thing of, it's crazy to look back on this one as being an example of how he had room to grow even then. But the shoots of his performative style were there. It's kind of cool, man. It's like it's a nice little time capsule, this one.
Round of the first battle that ever happened on Prem was him saying his own name. I was in the crowd, bro, listening to you. 90-second rounds, though he finished a bit sooner. Nevertheless, that shit went down in history. And now we're here. In the future.
He made himself laugh, bless him.
When Briggsy told me I was going to be clashing Premier Battles, original, loser. Bro, my favourite band is Toots and the Maytals. Your favourite band is Toots and there definitely is Tals. Bro, I'm
struggling here. Again, I like Caveman a lot, and again, you've seen him really evolve into his sense of humour and the way so in this instance, he's probably being too direct to P, and not, especially when, this is probably something to take note for the battlers that don't have a name comparative to the people they're battling across. You need to win the crowd over, man. And I get that arguing the case for a battler who's more well-known than you, has more fan participation than you, is hard work and it's difficult. But in order to gain any traction with the audience, you're going to have to engage with them first and get them on side. I think a good example of that is someone like Sean Cray, who made a whole initial aspect of his gimmick when he's battling, I'm a proper geezer, and he has a lot of follow-on. Now, I'm not saying that him and Cave are comparable in any technical sense. I'm just saying that Caveman has now cottoned onto this idea of utilizing his energies in a more abstract way to involve the audience. Here, I think he's struggling a little bit because, again, even just the way he's carrying himself, it's a little introverted.
6 foot, it's great. He's 6'8", it's dismal. Motherfucker so tall he has to hold his phone down to get signal. Bro.
See? Silly short joke.
Bro, do you have
brings the audience back
Loch Ness Monster in the family? I can't explain it if you've not. P Solja bangs his head off the roof of the bus while he's still waiting at the stop.
Silly?
Bro, you
Silly?
never grew up, you expanded. It's funny that you only turned into a top tier once you moved next door to a top tier, but that ascendancy finished as quickly because Matt has tendency on his gapping head in this, so really, you was only known for your neighbour like Ned Flanders. Ah, diddly da, neighbourino. Headbutt to the chest and he's landing at Heathrow. I never seen anybody look less like Danny DeVito.
It got P. It got P. Even P had to clap that one. God bless him.
They should turn your vocals down and turn the beat up. And what do I know about fighting 4 men at once? Getting beat up.
Tell him. He came into it towards the end there. P Solja's in the chat. Right. No pressure then. Yeah. Sorry. Did I say that we're grading this fairly and objectively? Sorry, I meant to say that P Solja bodied him and went on to body absolutely everyone in the venue that day, accumulating a CV that's comparable to Goldberg's undefeated streak, leading me to wonder why we're even throwing this tournament at all. And that's all I really have to say about it. No, I'm just joking. But, it's an interesting matchup so far. P Solja is coming to do what he does and is astutely observed will still work in a modern era, which is cool, swagger, very purposefully put together, intrinsically linked to his musical style in the sense of he's very good at he's also good at that off-brand humor, but not off-brand, but off-the-cuff humor where he'll just kind of lay something on you, but it's not so abstract. Again, I feel like if P Solja understands something better than almost anybody else, it's the art of subtlety and gently coercing people over to his performing style. So that one's going to be interesting. What do we think? I mean, obviously, P, you can't grade it, you naughty boy. What do we? And also, this is funny. Will be funny to watch. There's 5 or 6 of you in the chat. I dare you. One of you give it to Cave. Give the first round to Cave. I dare you. Just go on. See what happens. I'd give the first round to P just because, again, more technically adept, slicker, cleaner. Probably had some of the bigger reactions, but again, the argument would be that this battle isn't over at this point because you saw Cave start to deliver some momentum in so much as, again, he focused on a fairly simple concept. P Solja's tall. Astutely observed, you know, but he made it fun. And again, that's why Caveman is such an intriguing competitor these days. I'll give it 1-0 P Solja, though.
Welcome to your first headline battle.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a shame I had to come out of retirement for you to get here. But it's cute, we get it. You think you got here off personal merit. But you see...
He made himself laugh.
But yo, Caveman. You called yourself Caveman. You fucking Flintstone. I'll make you extinct and dead again. For pushing my buttons, I'll swing the axe and we won't see Fred again. But if this resorts to beef, I really hope it does. Because it was all part of the plan. I won't come round bursting the can. I'll just give some youngers some bread to do the dirt. I'll drop some shit on your head. I'm Vince McMahon. When it's time for me,
okay,
for me to get
sorry.
food.
Let me just put that. So, bit BT dubbed. I've seen this battle a couple of times. I remember because someone sent it to me. If I was in the crowd that day, I'm just trying to be honest with you now, because again, I am biased as fuck. I love P to death. When he sent me this, because he said, "Look, I'm battling soon," so I kept my eye out for it, and then someone sent it to me. And I watched it, and I heard that line. I just thought I was so happy I wasn't in the crowd that day, because I would have been the only person in the audience losing my fucking mind at that line. That deserved so much more a bigger reaction, especially from any social justice warriors in the fucking audience, by the way, than it got, because sick. I love it. Sick.
It's 2 sticks, blacked up. When it's time for me to get food, it's 2 sticks, masked up, black attire. When you need to get food, it's 2 sticks. You rub them together, trying to make a fire. Fuck it, that's time.
There you go. There you go.
So a lot of
Cave
people
second.
might not know this, but me and P go way back. He used to work at my school as a careers advisor. Back then he was known as PHSE Soldier.
Got P again.
I'll never forget the day he walked in like, "Yo, I'm Mr. Lucas King. I'm here to let you man know. Should do your thing."
Oh my god.
See, that was just a little joke. He didn't really do that, but seeing as we got you back, I guess it's right we hit him with some true facts like facts. You took 5 years off battle rap to focus on music. Banged out 3 freestyles and smoked yourself stupid. No factual statements, you are not clapped. You're a standing ovation.
Oh, for God's sake, I fucking hate that. I don't know what one of these days, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to upgrade my setup so it stop being shit. What I like about P is he maintains his presence, but still imposes himself on the battle. Even if it's just giving his own validation to a bar by saying, "Yeah," and like, I love it. But it's non-confrontational, so I would argue it's not, it's not that aggressive style that could threaten to put Caveman off. But it's enough to, again, it's a subtle thing. It just keeps the attention off Caveman a little bit. It keeps the focus on P. You know what I mean? Again, he's a clever bastard, is P Solja. He's very clever.
Ovation. My word of the day is nepotistic. So we all know that jump between music and battle rap's a massive one. Your brethren Lunacy is one of the best that did it. Wild West Yorkshire, you man both rep the district, so I loved it when I saw he took you on his tour. The only problem being, you jumped up on the stage with 40 different ways to tell us that more time, you could see me with Zen. No. Man, like P, you're a really good rapper. I was like, no way, love that, Nana. Bro, people come to these shows to catch a vibe, to hear a story, to feel seen. Your shit is surface level and repetitive, and nobody ever really connected with it. You put out all these freestyles, but never no moving work, so you had to go back to moving work. I guess you and Luna had different definitions of selling tickets. of selling tickets, that's how it sounds when you breathe correctly. Bro, French people come from France.
They do. They fucking do as well. They fucking do. Tell them, caveman.
French people come from France, and if you was born in Congo, then you're Congolese. Big man over here is Italian, I hear. So you can help yourself to one of these.
There you go. Okay. So, seriously, what the hell's going on? I'm just going to have to... does the spacebar work? Okay, I'll just use the fucking spacebar then. So, round 2. It's a short round from P. Cave grew into it a little bit more. So, again, Hadastreams and me seem to have the same mentality, which is when it's debatable, the second round, we tend to err on the side of the person that's losing going into that round to keep it fair going into the last one. So, for the sake of fairness and clarity, I loved the fucking Vince McMahon line, but that's because I really hate Vince McMahon. Let's see what P's got, assuming 1-1 going into the final round.
See, I've been gone for a while, and I heard some people wanted me back, so fuck it. While I'm here, I'ma hit them with some true facts, like facts. While all you man was out squabbling over Dialects X. Sorry. While all you man was out squabbling over Corjay's X.
And there it is.
We're getting this is why we came.
Yeah.
While
Tell him,
all
P.
you man was squabbling over Corjay's X, Rowan were booking the same 4 battlers every month, praying that Don't Flop hasn't died a death. Fact, while Quill were putting on fancy dress trying to make every battle go his way, Danny Jack had a baby even though months before he came out as gay.
So it might be pertinent to point out at this point that P Solja, he's a lovely, lovely man. When he decides he don't give a fuck and he's just going to speak some facts, the correct position to assume is this. Duck and fucking cover, lads, because he's coming for you. He's coming for you.
See, this is all facts. Take it as you want. Archaic's still a bitch and Jay Short's still a nonce. See, I've been gone for ages. How the fuck did yous lot let Bizzo become champ? The fuck that nigga went from here, Bizzo, hold my beer, to top fucking tier? I mean, what's going on? Raptor's still missing. Raptor's still missing. Bobby Rex is still the shit. Yunan's up to his old tricks, falling in love with a dirty, horrible, ratchet, putrid, stinking bitch. Yo.
Fresh out of fucks.
No, I fucking won't.
Oh, God.
Every Irish battle is still fucking shit. Luna and Shotty still ain't battled, but you know what? I'm cool with it. See, I put in my...
And yet, when I ask that question, I get fucked with. He asks that question, he don't get fucked with. You know why? See anyone talk shit to P Solja. It can't happen. He's the fucking sensei of sensationalism. He's so cool, man.
Fucking work. I've earned my stripes, so I'm demanding respect where respect is due. How have I put in all this fucking work and give you all these fucking facts for Premier Battles to reward me with a caveman? Thank you.
There you go. I mean, he went fucking in on that one. Yeah, just... Man, what is... You should never throw stones at a man with a machine gun. P Solja probably has that mantra somewhere in his house and reminds himself every day, let's just hope no one's stupid enough to throw a rock at me. Like, that's all I'm saying.
It's been a minute, Alex.
Caveman.
It's good to have you back, Pete. You are a legend for sure, respected by all, and I truly hope you felt that from when you stepped in the door. Well, my time's running out, and I'm not going to get any more. So with no further ado, let's get on to this foot fetish of yours. Bro, this This is not the GOAT. He curry mutton. He don't say what he mean. He pussy footing. You motherfucking bunion sucking toe fucker. You motherfucking good for nothing. Bunion sucking toe fucker. Gross fucker. So failed that it's.
We might have to think about how we score this round because observe. We're getting a dojo smirk here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that little smirk. We all know that that's the highest praise. You don't get higher than that. That's the dojo smirk right there. Caveman's making dojo smirk.
Stupid. Only guy in Gipley has a good hearty meal that uses a toenail as a toothpick. Bro, I used to respect people with foot fetishes. I used to respect.
What happened, Cave? What happened?
I don't feel that way if you ask me now. These lot don't know how it feels to watch their favourite battle rapper slowly succumb to athlete's mouth.
It got me again.
I don't want to overthink this, right? But with his height, his lips and toes, how you 69. You ain't gone. You ain't gone. And if you didn't want to battle, I'll make you pee. I'll find a sponsor to pay your fee and simultaneously make you pee. I recently learned the alphabet. So I beat the ass from A to Z. You suck on toes and in battles, so I guess this won't be the first time that you taste it. No, bro. Bro, fuck a rap clash. This is a stanza. You get laughed at. It ain't banter. You're not 30. You're a loser. That's not herpes. That's a baruka. Spun him on beat and done him in a bottle. Your last round sounds like you won it in a raffle. But this was your big return, and you fucking smashed it. And I had a bar about your locks. Well, they look fantastic.
Oh, and it's love it. Oh, everyone shows love at the end. Oh, isn't that nice?
Welcome to Casa de Lowry.
Better not have any of that in the tournament, lads. I don't want to see fucking blood and guts. I want to see someone dead by the end of the tournament. Do you hear me? Death by no. Cool, fun battle. Wouldn't you agree? But let's not mince words. You don't want to hear from me. You don't want to hear what I have to say. No one needs to hear what I have to think. No one needs to hear what I have to say. No. We want to hear from one person right now. And if you'll allow me, let me pop those details right there. They are now in the chat. And, there's only really one person we want to hear from right now, isn't there? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like there's only one person we need to hear from right now. We need to hear from the person that woke up one day and thought, so this tournament, I don't know, man. Feels like there's too many options that could win it. I think I should put my name in there and limit the option to one. That was his thought when he did that. And we got to ask him why. Why? Why would you do this? Why would you do this? Or more aptly, why didn't you do it sooner? So, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to keep my eyes open. Hopefully. Because Pete's been on my show enough now. He should know the Zoom routine. So, yeah, there's the Zoom link. There's the meeting details. Just let me know whenever you're ready, P. We want to hear from you. We want to know. We want to know what the plan is. What's the master plan here? We need to know. Come on now. This is one I've been looking for. I've been looking forward to this. He's going to make me wait. He's going to make me wait. Of course he is. Of course he is. But okay, so just to turn it to the chat just a second. The reason I wanted to do P Solja first is number one, because again, P Solja has the longest tenure, the biggest CV, the biggest notoriety, and is the biggest surprise of this group, and perhaps the entire tournament. Let's all be honest. I know Bobby was a big surprise, but P Solja being announced was massive, okay? And I think, yeah, had a streams, I'm inclined to. Even though Cave had a great third round, yeah, that third from P Solja was fucking just fucking annihilating everyone in his, just absolutely everyone in his way. Right, I'm just gonna, I've been away for a while, so I've got some shit. And just went. So, yeah, it's difficult to stop him when he's on that kind of a rampage. But, yeah, with P, I think the big thing with him is, of course, that question of he's been away for a bit since then. Is he still hungry? Is he still sharp? Is he still able to make his material contemporary to an audience that exists now? Is he able to tailor that material to an audience that may exist in the future, as is Premier Battle's remit, to try and get more audience members involved, to get new fans involved, all of that good jazz? Is it possible? Well, I think considering how long he's been doing this, and yeah, I wouldn't say his material has necessarily struggled to evolve or adapt. Like he's been at every key phase of Don't Flop. He's been at every key phase of Premier Battles. He is now continuing to be in the key phase of Premier Battles by entering this tournament. Like, if we are being honest, and we're looking at the serious contenders, we're looking at the people that are showing up and not making any excuses to say, well, you know, whatever, and have realistic expectations on themselves, not from me, not from you, but would walk into this tournament thinking, I should be winning this. This is mine for the taking. It's P Solja. And so, therefore, watching a battle of his, I feel, is fairly inconsequential at this point. You know all about P Solja and what he can do. So that's why I picked one that A is recent and B is relatively short. Just because, again, we just need a refresher on what P Solja does so well. I think what I want to know, and I hope you guys want to know, is why? Why? What's the appeal? What's the allure? What's the motivating factor? And how is he going to look the guys in the group in the eye when he comes face to face and they all go, you fucking bastard? Like, I forget. Was it I know two people have been replaced. It's Grazza and Cooper. Not saying that they wouldn't have been fun battlers, just saying that you lose Grazza and Cooper, you gain Bobby, Rex, and P Solja. If I'm in the tournament, I go, you fucking bastards. Like, you fucking bastard. Like, I want to win. Like, what are you doing? Do you know what I mean? Like, the only thing worse would be to unveil, like, a Shuffle T or a Shotty Horror or a Soul or someone like that, where you just go, well, cheers. I love the taste of piss in my cornflakes. Thanks for that. But with that, by the way, comes a certain degree of expectation. The fact is that, yes, P Solja should be walking into this thinking, I've got to win this. Anything short of that, I mean, is going to be an upset. Anything short of that is going to be something that fans talk about. That's a lot. That's a lot to have to handle. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to start the meeting just in case. No, I don't want to do that. Oh. No, go back. Go back. I've got to make sure it's the right one. Because now that I know that it was my fault the other day, I'm going to make sure that I've got the right settings this time. There you go. That should be fine. So if I hear anything popping off in the background, we will get him on. We'll do a... What I like about P is he's a fellow wrestling fan. What I said to him last week or the week before was, dude, come on and cut a promo. That's all I want. I just want you to come on. Tell him. Just tell him. I'm going to shut up. You just tell him. That's all I want you to do. Just come on. Talk to him for a second. Let them people know that you're here. But yeah, I think the question, of course, of the group, because the group itself, the dynamics of the group. Sorry, by the way, if it's just Zoom is just booting up, so hopefully it will settle in a second. But the dynamics of the group, it's an interesting one. Sam Hypes is a fairly experienced battler. He's got a fairly rigid, albeit very aggressive style. From what I saw against him versus Dub T, he's... oh my days. Oh my days. We have, ladies and gentlemen, let me... oh, hang on. I've got to sort this out, because I'm not having my boy with my face at the top of it. That will not do. Where is it? There it is. Right, let me move you over. Because, ladies and gentlemen, P Solja joins us. There he is. He's out and about.
Breaking.
What is going on, my friend? What are you doing?
Good,
Whereabouts are you?
I just stepped outside to have a conversation with my dear friend Lon.
Which is love, and we do need to have a proper conversation because I'm a shit friend and I never make time for you because I'm a terrible friend, ladies and gentlemen. I never make time for anybody minus my children. But that's not important right now. Actually, no, that's a lie. I do send him an inordinate amount of wrestling memes, and none of them are funny, and he laughs at most of them to pity me, and that's fine. And that's why I love him, because he makes me feel like I'm funny when I'm really not. But no one gives a fuck about any of that right now, P. We all want to know the same thing, which is, you're in the tournament, dude. Like, what? Why would you do that to all of the other competitors who thought they might win?
Bro, don't be putting the onus on me. Blame Briggsy. If you want to blame anybody, blame Briggsy. Because I was cool, me. I was chilling. And I think you did a show and I popped up on the show and I fucking said, I wish I was in it. Once I saw the format and that, I said, I wish I was in that. But it was just empty. I was just saying it, spitting in it. So I just said it. And then about 2 days after that, Briggsy messaged me on WhatsApp and he was like, yo, there's a space in a tournament. Do you want in? I said, give me till 6 p.m. and I'll let you know. And I think about the next day, I said, yeah, I'm in. So yeah, I'm in. Because the thing is, I was meant to do a battle in August. I was meant to do a battle in August, but I didn't feel like I had enough to prepare. And, because I hadn't done this for 6 years, bro.
I guess the big question is, what is it about the tournament that makes you want to do it, though, dude? Like, again, I know what you're saying about Briggsy and all that good jazz, but like, this is 3 months, and that's if you go out in the groups, man. And no one's expecting you to do that, so you could be in theory locked in for this for 6 months. That's a big commitment, man.
I'll tell you now, bro. There's no way made I'm going out in the group, bro. Are you fucking mad? I'm P Solja, bro. There ain't no way I'm going out in that group, So I'm in it for 6 months. Then it is what it is.
I guess
let's go. To be fair, I wanted to do 2 or 3 battles next year. Maybe I wanted to do a few battles next year anyway. So might as well just do it in the tournament, and fucking see how it goes. See where we can take it.
What do you think about the guys in your group? In terms of battles, when you look at them and you're thinking about how you're going to approach them or how you're going to write for them or just your general thoughts on the group, what do you make of it?
At the end of the day, bro, I'm there to do me and impress the judges. Who I'm battling, it's the same outcome, so it don't really matter who it is or who the target is. At the end of the day, I'm coming with the mindset to win a battle. I ain't coming with the mindset to entertain or pick up a quick fucking check or have a day out in the next city or whatever. I'm coming there to win a battle, bro. So it don't really that's all irrelevant, or who's in front of you, or what do you think of this guy, what do you think of that guy. If I'm deadly 110% honest, respectfully, I've only heard of some hypes in my group, and that's respectfully. I'm not being a dickhead or nothing, but yeah.
How do you think you're going to approach it, given the fact that all 3 of them are probably looking at you as the heavyweight? Then all 3 of them know that if they've got a chance of, if they want a chance of getting through the group, they're going to have to beat you. Does that change anything? Does that make you think about it differently?
I've been a heavyweight for the past fucking however long every battle I've gone into, I've been a heavyweight. So to me, that it is what it is. I'm used to it. I'm good with that. I'm good with that because whoever it is will come to make the best account of themselves. Obviously, I'm coming with the mindset to win the battle, so that makes a good battle. So let's see what happens.
What are you
See
excited
what
about
happens,
for the?
bro.
What are you excited about for the tournament then, dude? What is there anything about it that you look at and you go, okay, that's kind of cool, or is there anything about it that you think that could be
Do
interesting?
you know the whole format of it, the 60-second rounds, the month in between battles and shit, like that's perfect for me, bro. That's perfect for me. 60-second rounds is perfect for me. I ain't got not much more to say after 60 seconds, bro. What the fuck? What we're doing? We're not doing a fucking album. If you can't say what you've got to say in 60 seconds, bro, you're not a battler. So we'll see what it is, innit?
That, ladies and gentlemen. He's just mentioned it there, and he's right. That's the reason I'll never be a battler, because it takes me 4-5 hours sometimes to say one thing. Sometimes, maybe 4 hours.
Bro, if you
maybe
can't,
less.
if you're a battler, bro, and you can't get across what you need to get across in 60 seconds, bro, I don't know what you're doing. Maybe it's not for you. Or maybe you're one of them people who likes to go around the houses to get to the shops. And 5-minute rounders and that. What's the point?
In that case, I have just 3 more questions for you, and in ascending order of
Let's go.
importance, obviously. So the first question I have is, what do you have to say to the fans that weren't expecting this? What about them that are thinking, right, holy shit, I wasn't expecting something like this. P Solja is in this tournament. I'm still on the edge about it, though. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy tickets. I'm not sure if I'm going to get the Patreon.
Well, just buy the Patreon. Just get the tickets. Just come to the shows. Do whatever you have to do. Not just to support me, but to support the culture. Because even though we're all facing off against each other and it's all for a prize or whatever, the grand scheme of things is to elevate UK battle rap. So just keep supporting, just keep plugging in, just look forward to every battle. There's people, like, when there's money at stake, it's different, because like when you battling for a purse, yeah, when there's a purse involved and you're getting paid to perform and getting paid to, you know, put on a show and entertain the fans or whatever, that's all well and good, but that's not the case. The case is you have to win in order to get paid. So everybody's mindset's going to be different, and people are saying, oh, somebody might say, oh, I don't need the money or whatever, it's only this or whatever, that or whatever, but bro, it's 3K, bro, like what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? It's 3K.
What would winning the tournament mean to you in the sense of your endeavors? Because again, Premier Battles are trying to aim this at a new demographic of people. They're trying to produce it and direct it in a way that it gets mass appeal and it crosses over into many different people's spheres who wouldn't otherwise see battle rap. That could be a boon for you if you're looking at not only progressing in the tournament but winning it overall. What would it mean to you to win it through that perspective?
See, to win it, yeah, I don't know. It's more for the fact of, right, so I entered something, I stuck at it, I fucking did my shit, I won, yeah, pat on the back, got the money, yeah. I ain't looking to try and go on no fucking title run or out like that. If off the back of this, I prove, because what it is with me is, yeah, a lot of it is in my own hands. A lot of it is, oh, can P be asked to prepare? Is P gonna fucking not get bored halfway through and that? But I'm fully locked in, like, I'm locked in. Because I always said if I was gonna come back to battling, I'm gonna come back for real, for real. But like I said, I'm not interested in no title. I wanna have fun battles. But this has just added a whole new element to what I had in mind for what I was gonna do.
And then the final question I have is, assuming that, again, you go on a tear and you either, again, get to the final or even win it, okay? I know that you're coming into this thinking, mate, what are you talking about? Of course I'm winning it. I have a question concerning, like, what it means for the... Because I think the reason that they're surprised that you and Bobby in particular in this is because there's been so much talk about this tournament kind of moving guys who have been established aside to a certain degree for whatever reason. If that's just because the timetable doesn't suit or the demand is too high, whatever. Is this the beginning of a run for you, or is this your way of saying, right, this is a good 6-month stretch to allow me to kind of, right, this is my run. This is my Cena-esque signing off of battle rap by winning the title and just taking it with me type of thing. Like, how do you view this next phase of the run as far as the tournament is concerned with you as a battler? Me
personally, bro, I can't I can say I'm done with battling, right? But I can't be done with battling until I have an international. So off the back of this, I'm trying to get an international. I'm trying to battle somebody from America, bro. That's all I want to do. Just let me. I'm here to showcase and show, man. Like, yeah, we can trust to book him an international. Get that international, bro, and I'll ride off on my horse into the sunset. I'm good. But as far as that, there's a tournament. To be fair, I want to battle on no lose chat at some point, and other than an international, bro, yeah, I would say that the tournament is probably the last hurrah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
In that case, then, my friend, you go back to whatever the hell it was before I interrupted your evening with my bullshit, as I want to do. I can't help it. I just bug him sometimes. I'll just send him some stupid wrestling meme shit, and it just... I don't know what he's in the middle of. He's probably in the middle of something important. But then I send him this, look, it's Jesus chokeslamming people with the Force. Isn't this silly? So, dude, wishing you good luck in the tournament seems like a formality because, again, you are one of the favourites for the tournament, hands down. So all I will say is I'm looking forward to seeing what you've got because, again, people who are watching this now, I was fucking elated when I heard. I was just out of my chair like, holy fucking shit, P Solja's in the tournament.
Nah,
and yeah, man, I can't
messaged
wait.
You, and I said, look out for the announcement.
Yeah, he might have done that.
But yeah.
And I didn't say anything.
But yeah.
I all of you fuckers that ever question me and my validity as, journalistic integrity, I kept my fucking mouth shut and I didn't say anything, even though I really wanted to. So, dude, I can't thank you enough for coming on. And just the off camera stuff. Just whenever you get time, I'll give you a call so I can actually bug you in person rather than shouting obnoxious questions at you. That sounds like a better plan than... So
Yeah,
what
man.
do you think?
No problem, bro. Just hit me up.
All right. P Solja
Hit me up.
is here. He's going to be in the tournament. He's nothing less than a win is going to settle for him, and I love that shit. I'm going to let you go, brother. In which case, we're going to move on to your opponents next. So you'll be tuning in for the rest of the stream, right? You'll be watching it back.
I need to watch. I need to watch it.
God damn right he is. See, look, he gets the gimmick. He gets the gimmick entirely. Again, I'm doing his work for him by getting his prep in for him. He gets it. Dude, take good care of yourself, and I will catch up with you soon,
right,
yes?
Bro. Love.
P Solja, ladies and gentlemen. P Solja was on the goddamn live stream live for us. Isn't that fucking amazing? Oh, I'm so happy he's in the tournament. I'm so happy. That's such a boon for everybody who wants to be in the tournament. Because not only, and again, you're going to be battling a guy that's got that kind of attitude. You need to come ready and willing to trade blows with one of the best. So, with that in mind, I suspect we should move on. Probably. This is where I need your help. We've got 2 battles for this gentleman. I did try and download the third against iKid, but it's not working. And I don't want to go on YouTube necessarily if I can help it. So, we'll go to Sam Hypes next. I have potentially 3 battles, but I have 2 downloaded. I have Dub T versus Sam Hypes. I have Crow versus Sam Hypes, and I picked those 2 primarily because they are, I felt, good juxtapositions in terms of time frames. But I also, I was actually there for the Dub T one, so I can give you more, behind the scenes, and it's also quite recent. What would you like to see for Sam Hypes? Happy either way. What do we want to watch? Do we want to watch those 2, or would we prefer to see the iKid battle? What are we thinking? What are we saying? And I'm going to mute myself for a second because I'm about to cough up another lungful of phlegm. I'm sorry. Again, I really am trying not to be ill, by the way. I can't imagine how fun it is to watch these streams with me with a face full of fucking phlegm. My family's famously shit genetics at work. So what we're saying, there's 6 of you currently watching. I don't mind which one we want to watch. Does anyone have a preference? I'd probably prefer to see the Crow one personally because it's one I haven't seen. Although the Dub T one is the most recent, so perhaps it can be argued that's a better representation. What do we think? I've muted myself. I'm waiting for someone to make a goddamn suggestion, or I'm just gonna pick it. Hadashoom's in with Crow. Thank you, Hadashooms. Right, Crow it is. Let's go. Old school logo as well.
Premier Battles, we are in Manchester for Apex 3. If you're with us in the building, make some noise!
I say.
Shouts to everyone that's been supporting through lockdown and all the Anarchy tournament as well, but we are finally back in Manchester in a room full of fans again, which is absolutely sick. That being said, on the right-hand side, you've seen him numerous times this year, part of the Anarchy tournament. Manchester, show some love for Sam Hyde!
Man of the hour. Let's see what he's got.
And on the left-hand side, making his second appearance in Premier Battles, Manchester, make some noise for Crow! As always, it's a 3-round battle. They decided off camera that Sam's starting round 1, so it's round 1 on you, bro. Let's get it in.
Let's go.
Apex, we good, right? Yeah! You're in for a good time, but for Crow, well, Crow, this is good night. You've been living in a fantasy. Somehow thinking you can hang with me. I am not the one to tangle with. Hank McCoy, I am the beast. Crow dead before the filming's done. Like an action scene with Brandon Lee. Let's go back and see. See, I've been killing guys this year. Last 3 on the bounce. Of course you're mine. You're 4th in line to be thrown to the ground. But there's confusion, not you. I mean, he beat me. How? You came to die and they gave me the best seat in the house. This is death row. Yes, Crow. Sam Hype's in the viewing chamber. Oh boy, are you in danger? Final boss to new gamer. Geek trying to hold back the monster like the Blue Ranger. But who's greater? Because you just battled a rusty pamphlet.
Geek trying to hold the monster back like the Blue Ranger. Ha! Okay. All right. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Right. Now you've got your hopes high. A couple battles in, Crow spread his wings. He's thinking that he's so fly, but they said he'd be heading for great things. I said, don't lie. If Patrick Astor, I've been living under a rock this whole time. I mean, yes. You think you take
SpongeBob SquarePants reference. I caught that. Sorry, I keep fucking bringing the screen. I'm really sorry about that. I'm trying to be clever. Just hit the fucking space bar, you stupid bastard. SpongeBob SquarePants reference. I caught that.
Make you hyperventilate. Don't forget whose space you're in. It's death race. I'm on track to kill guys when I take the win, so take it in. Patrick's place upon this stage is wrong. Not me you should be taking on. If Crow boy with me, the kid'll die. Like Joker beating Jason Todd. I'm talking death in the family.
Dub T referenced that in his battle. And I will be curious to see if Sam Hypes has maybe taken a look at that. Which was... Is that McCoy in the front row, by the way? That might be McCoy or Billy Corgan. Yeah... Sam Hypes makes inordinate amount of references to superheroes in his battles, and Dub did basically a whole round listing them. While there's nothing wrong with that, yeah, it seems like it's weird to give an angle to an opponent that's so verbose like that. I mean, every battler has a quirk, I'm sure, but I don't know. It feels. I don't know, it just feels like a bit of a self-own to a certain degree to keep going back to that well, unless, again, you're doing something more with it than just the punch. I feel like using it as a concept, fine. Using it as a signature, in a certain way, again, kind of fine. But when he, like I say, Dub listed him, man, he just went off, just da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's something that he might want to be mindful of in terms of how many times he references those sorts of things.
Patrick understand this. You beat Jack Light. Sam Hypes runs on all different batteries. I'm talking new gen consoles. You ain't matching my system. Inside the drive different. Called yourself Crow because you're heading to the sky with them. Coming with those shit jokes. But my skin's so solid, I'm immune to everything that he says. He thinks I won't, but he knows what I did to the rest. It's old school Charles Xavier. This Patrick just acting like he can get into my head. Let's go.
There you go, there's the second one. Okay.
Yo, it's about.
There's a couple of things. Okay, fair enough. Dub T doing something with Yan. Okay, fair enough.
To be a murder!
Murder!
Crows round Sam's casket. I'll have his name in runes. Looks like I'm doing black magic. Handcrafted. Battle designs that classic. Looks like I'm really trying to beat Sam graphics. So, with that being said, who told Max Browning with a crack habit he could rap savage? You are bland, average, and not very insightful. I mean, you think Briggsy put you all the way up here because you embarrass your rivals. Nah, I swear that it's spiteful, and you should be scared of these heights, bro, because, yeah, they put you out on the line, but you want to wear it to tightrope. My axe polished, I'm back chopping, I sever and slice bone, and that's your fate, Sam, so great plan, but I ain't sparing your life, though, because you got booked against Patrick and didn't know it was bait. Man, now you up against an American psycho! And with every new card, I raise the quality. I'm changing constantly. I alter states like brain pathology, whereas you are about as electric as a fucking Quaker colony, and about as inspirational as a Keir Starmer labor policy. Yes! Yes!
Chill, lad.
Fucking years.
Chill.
I've been here for 10 months. How you so deep in the game with no heat on your name? You must be tired, and shit, you look OG. It's a shame. See, they told me to step on ahead. I decided to let my soul free on the stage, but that took no speed, cause homie's already got crow's feet on his face. Yes. Cause bro, you look like MC Devo. He fucking does. This motherfucking Donnie Soldier been battle rapping since 10P Fredos.
Oh, Crow just made me sad because that's a reference that even that generation got. My kids, yeah, they've never known 35p Fredos, let alone 10p Fredos. Oh, Crow, you made me feel old and sad, you bastard. You bastard.
I think you might actually be old. Like my guy speaks in Aramaic. Like back when crowd saw Jesus' hands with nails in. This was the geezer that betrayed him. Because you know what rhymes with Passion of Christ? What? Samuel Hypes. The problem is you got so ancient, King, you've forgotten the art. So you can try acting wise, man, but you still have to follow a star, and that's Crow.
Okay. I think Crow got the better of him in that round just because he came at it with a lot more energy. Yeah, you can say, and obviously comparing and contrasting Crow's performance against Bowski in the first video that we did in this series to that one, infinitely more confident, infinitely more verbose, infinitely more intricate, infinitely more purposeful with the delivery of certain aspects of his performance. Just he's so much more polished now as a performer. Sam was fine, and again, certainly has an air of legitimacy about him. I think he's very direct and he's very believable. He has a lot of I don't think there's any irony in anything that he's delivering so far. I think it's just, yeah, Hadashrooms, I'm inclined to agree with you. It's just at the moment, Crow is, again, if we contextualize it to the form of a boxing match, Sam is the one that's marching forward, trying to land clean haymakers on Crow, and Crow is happy to just flick out the jab, stay on the outside, and then lay a couple of counters in, and it's more devastating. It's accumulating more points. But let's see how Sam responds. I'm agreeing with Kadashim, so 1-0 Crow.
So you the jack of all trades, right? Or you can write, sing, design things, guitar strings. Look, he's okay at that shit. But with battle rap, you a massive fan, and that is all that you are, Patrick. Thinking that you talented? Well, your talent stopped when you tried to clash me. You make graphics for the scene, but I just came to leave this scene graphic. You told Jack Light that you had a split personality. Pussy, I'm no victim of it. We'll see those separate sides lead separate lives when these punches split the body. We trying to rebuild the scene. Seems we've got another silly sausage who needs to be removed by me. For you, I will, I pinky promise. But Patrick's just a nice guy. Ignore what he says when he's talking to me. He thanks drivers who give way to drivers when he walks down the street.
Nice.
He brought the coin so we could flip the coin and said it's Briggsy's to keep. He leaves tips on tables for waiters when he's had nothing to eat. He's just a nice...
Interesting concept. Going after it's almost like it's a real skew of the compliment stuff in the sense of he's saying stuff that on the face of it is not bad, but he's using it to undermine him by saying, look, this is battle rap. You're meant to be hard. You're not supposed to be just a joker. Which in his defense, man, back in the Don't Flop days, you had to almost mark your comedic stuff. You know what I mean? Max Browning reference in an American accent hits harder. Ribshot is a new commenter to us. So welcome, Ribshot. Thank you for joining us. But yeah, I think the dynamic here instantly is Sam Hypes is trying to establish himself as hearkening more to that original, you know, paved the way to be here through grit, determination, viciousness, veracity, all that stuff, versus Crow, who maybe is that more, you know, the kind of the criticism of the modern day battle rap alumni, which is, they're just fans, man. We let the fans through the barricades and onto the stage, and it's like, well, sort of, but it's what they do with it. You know what I mean? Their passion shouldn't be weaponized against them unless it leads to shit performances. And then, yes, we have to have a conversation about, quote, fans battling. But we'll see how it goes. At the moment, he's starting to make a point.
He's just a nice guy. Ignore the crazy side he claims he hides. That's a right joke. I do not believe a crazy side resides inside Crow, but Prem think there's something inside here trying to lie low, so I'll lay in wait using Patrick as bait. Man, I'll see if there's an American side on the side.
There it is.
But I don't, because I know facing me the wrong move. You make images for the people.
I will say, though, that the fact that he knew it was coming, I loved how Frankie Fraser did that against Bizzo the other day, where he just said at the beginning, right, listen, I'm going to say something in a second that's what he just said, but mine's better, so hear mine. It just... Because the sad fact is, man, it's not like he heard that 2 seconds ago and go, oh, that's fire, I'm going to copy it. It's literally, they've been writing this stuff for months. And so, sometimes months, sometimes weeks. So he would have had that planned for a while. So the fact is that the fact that one of them says it first in the context of a battle shouldn't make a difference. But it does. Like, people have heard us say, but he said that in the first round. It's just chance. So he shouldn't lose points for that. That's all I'm saying.
These people get an image of you. You are not cool. You're not that guy. You're not Sam Hypes. You're not gang signs. You don't grab knives. You don't have fights. You ain't one of those bad guys. Look, you have drive, but I have mine. For you, I don't have time. What, 7 battles on Prem this year and I've lost once in the past? I am that nice. Catch mine. Thought you're being capsized. Think you have the heart to bypass me and only wind up flatline. It's that time. Lines of yours, I'm more than aware of them. So you can go and fuck yourself. Loki and his variants, they said be aware of him. Nah, I'll fucking murder him, because it will not be he who remains when he's death. He's fucking permanent. That's true.
Now, the comic book reference. But that was much stronger, I felt like. I felt like his concepts in that one were much clearer, and he articulated them better. He fleshed them out well, and then punctuated it well. Built the round to a really neat little crescendo. That flow switch in the middle as well, I thought that was fun. Again, it keeps the crowd on their toes, and it measures them a little bit to see if they're actually following what you're saying. It's good. I liked it. Let's see what Crow's got to say.
Sam, you got the swag of a window cleaner.
Oh, Crow, you can't say something like that Okay. See, this is what I'm saying, man. Just Sam Hypes is just marching forwards, and Crow's just happy to go flick. God.
You look like the lanky twat from the In-Betweeners if his dad had a ginger penis. Back Back when Sam was a little greener, he got slammed into prison because he thought smack taking intravenous would be classed as a misdemeanor. And even now, hard drugs be getting passed around at your parties, and I don't want to go sounding all artsy, but a good night out for him is an ounce of raw Charlie and a couple long lines under the nose like Salvador Dali. Wow. See, I put time into this piece so he could be critiqued and deconstructed. But it's like he tried to fight me in a dream because he's sleeping and he can't believe how easily I'm punching. See, they don't react to the complex bars, so I might just beat him with some dumb shit, like you look like Beaker from the Muppets if he was fiending for a drug fix.
That's pretty meta from Crow. He's talking to Sam when he says that. He's not talking to the crowd, and yet the crowd heard it and bought it anyway. Crow, you naughty boy, be careful with that.
But you gotta give him credit though, because Sam's on all the cards. And money's invested in comics, so you can bank on Marvel bars.
Yeah.
But the awful part is interest waning, because you ain't been saving anything. Plus the only thing you're really amazing at is claiming benefits to pay for heroin. Well, that bar recycling, that shit is way embarrassing. Like you've done multiple lines about time that end in Dr. Stephen Strange. Well, bro, we all know you ain't got a decent range, but that doesn't mean you gotta make every copy be the same. And not to be a pain, but I guess it's got to be explained that you can't just repeat the same endings over and over again to save time, like Dr. Stephen Strange. Well, I came here to put an end to your timelines like you couldn't stop the TVA, because spitting a multiverse about comics is sometimes blessed, but bro, you be writing punchlines where every one's identical. No variants, and they barely hit. So I'm at the front line skeptical, thinking it's funny how you love the multiverse, but you're so one-dimensional. Yes. All his pads sound repetitive. He's like a loop machine. So for every repeat that Sam pulls on producing beats, it's stupid, G. You get praised for being consistently average, basic. They'd be like, congratulations to Sam, he's been in all our games. But you ain't even in the ballpark of an all-star great. See, I don't think you should get flowers for every small part played, not when you're just generic card filler like a Hallmark phrase. You're just a clone, a trooper they deployed for the hell of it. Always taking shots, but the point is they never hit. You're barely avoiding irrelevance because you're devoid of intelligence, but I'm Darth Vader, boy. I came out to destroy the rebellion. Yeah.
There you go. So, that was weird. So thoughts. Excuse me. More of the same from Crow. I like how though Sam upped his game in the second round. I think what's maybe holding Sam back a little bit is, to use a science fiction analogy, he's not embracing the dark side enough. He's kind of dabbling in it. He's menacing in his own way. He's aggressive in his own way, but he just doesn't seem to be landing at that final step where that killer instinct makes a battler seem like he's on the verge of giving in to the need to fucking lay out an opponent for saying so. Like, you saw him in the middle of that round against Crow kind of looking and nodding like, keep talking. Like, that gives an energy of sorts, but you need to back that up in the round. But again, I use Bobby as an example, but Yunnan does this to a certain degree. Shotty does that to a certain degree. Even Tony back in the day had this sort of relaxed demeanor, but then he would sort of bear down on his opponent and go fucking just lay him in, you know what I mean? Sam just doesn't seem, for whatever reason, to have that final gear to shift into, to say, right, no, now I'm starting to hit on all cylinders. I'm punching as hard as is possible to punch, because there's nothing wrong with what he's right. Again, well delivered, decent writing, some interesting concepts, and again, in the second round, a good mix of all three, but he's just not able to kick into that highest gear, you know what I mean? And really, if you're going to go with this I'm harder than you approach, at some point you need to use something in your arsenal to illustrate that. Even if it's just, again, a change in tone upwards again. Shift upwards, you know what I mean? Like, really sell this idea that I'm going to fucking annihilate you in the battle and talk shit and I'll lay you the fuck out, if that's what you feel you need to do to illustrate that point. And he's just missing that a little bit. Crow, again, for all his wants and whims, is doing what Crow always does. He's navigating a minefield of sorts, because he is very, very good at having lots of different ideas spattered around. He lays traps for people. He's very, very good at it. And obviously he's talked about the Marvel thing already. So, how to Shrooms, it could be argued 2-0, maybe. I don't know what everyone else thinks. For the sake of it was more of the same from Crow in the second, and Sam upped his game in the second. I'll give the second round to Sam, again, in my tried and on a tradition of keeping things as interesting as possible going into the third round. But I'm just saying off the bat, what I need to see from Sam in this round is some real venom. I need to see something more, an extension of what he's doing. I need to see more of that.
Yo, after this, your team can fucking carry you home. Yeah, I spit comic book bars.
Yes.
But you're named after a fucking comic book character, bro. That shit got me thinking. Me killing you helps you develop and grow, cause the man has to die before we see the true power of Crow, so you can talk your shit. Thinking you can act heavy, cause you went to Don't Flop and talk your shit to Max Sherry. Pussy, I am not that guy. I'm fucking not that guy. These punches do more than make you sore. You wake up not knowing what the fuck is going on like Jason Bourne. I ain't the norm. Boy, you can't beat me with that basic form. I'll rock on Patrick and rock on Patrick. In fact, when I rock on Patrick, that's Patrick in his place at home in deep water. Another yank talking shit.
Still doing it. So, even in that moment, right? Again, like I was saying, he's threatened. He's right on the precipice of it. He's right there, and it's just. I don't know if it's something emotional. I don't know if it's a change in topic. I don't know if it's something he needs to. I need more. I need something to just push it over the edge.
We could ever be rivals. Patrick, get a grip. I'm ahead of the cycle. You ain't no competition, no American Idol, because you came to Prem last time and you was better than Tidal. Wake the fuck up. I'm a different level to you, talking like a gangster, but none of it's true. He talks like he fights, and he probably shoots, but it's all gobbledygook. I'll do the lot of his crew. I'm an animal with the machine like Rocket Raccoon. So you say you talented, multi-talented and not wasting any. Nah, boy's just broke as fuck. Opportunities he be taking every, cause he doesn't want to be alone in England, cold in a place that's empty. Big Bang Theory, American geek really need the penny, so so you can face me with envy, cause you ain't gonna best me. Fuck a pat on the back, cause pat through the backs where the bullets have to exit. You still boring with your best shit. You can't beat me with your best bits. This Yankee Candle atmosphere's in rooms and they all sense it.
Okay. So, one thing that else comes to mind with Sam is that because he references a lot of pop culture stuff and he makes it stick, again, depending on what Prem decide to do with the production elements, he could be quite useful as a performer in terms of the way he writes rounds for the virality of them. Because again, criticize him all they want for the Marvel stuff, but if he can do clever stuff with it, and, you know, the Prem guys can make shorts and all this other stuff, he's very good at that. And again, look at the delivery of those 3 rounds. Almost faultless. Again, think of it from Prem's perspective again. It's not the criticism that they're making it out to be. Sam Hype's, in the battle I saw him in Undisclosed 13, I think it was. And this one, he is on the level. He is delivering beat for beat, bar for bar, word for word, almost faultlessly. There's something to be said about a professional like that. Because again, even though I need to see something else from him. I just need to see something to help me resonate with him a bit more, because he's offering a lot of things that a lot of other guys offer too. It's that thing of, at the very least, what I can say about him is that so far I haven't been like, oh, that's bad, or oh, that's not good, or ah, that could be better. He's a very, very good level of battler. I think, again, though, he's just lacking maybe that tweak, or maybe just some aspect that he's missing to push him over the edge. But let's see what Crow has to say, and let's see how the battle ends.
Hey, yo, I wrote this 3rd round.
Yes?
With your resume in mind. How your first 9 years in the pit, you just spent it wasting time, that sloth. And the product of a degenerated life. You tried to change, but your envy has you demonstrating pride. And your lust for recognition gives you Kevin Spacey vibes. You're a greedy fucking glutton, so I won't celebrate the guy. See, I got bodies on plates, like I had Leatherface to dine. So here's wrath, and for his sins, I'll give him 7 ways to die. Pit, free man. You getting the reference? Free man. Although at every event, he directs our attention to the fact that he went in the pen for several offenses. And by his opponents, literally until now, it has never been mentioned. And I know what you're thinking. He's not just doing it to sound hard. Nah. He says that he's hella repentant. I just think it's funny the hype man always looks like he just finish the end of a sentence. But nah, he's changed now. You changed, right? I heard you work at a body shop now. And I didn't know if that meant you clean spokes and shit, or you sell soaps and you go home smelling like roses and ocean mist. Now, I'm just joking, bitch. I don't give a fuck if you own a business. You're still a hopeless prick, and your customers ain't the only ones who need their fucking focus fixed.
Look, watch him. He has that. That's what I'm trying to get at, right? It's not something I don't think he couldn't do. He has that physical menace, that physical legitimacy on stage that makes you think he could swing for Crow right now. And it wouldn't surprise me. Like, he's not going to just suffer slights lightly. You know what I mean? But it's not translating into his rounds in the same way. That same energy, that same disposition, that same, again, that element of danger, that gravitas that makes you pay attention to a guy because you're not sure what he's going to do or how he's going to react to something. It's just not translating for some reason. I'm not sure why either.
Because you be cleaning up half-totaled whips on some local shit. But this is what it looks like when a Rolls comes rolling in. Because after Crow visits, for the first time ever, your garage will have a ghost in it. Punches leave him split open. His ribs broken, that's gotta hurt. Before his next battle, Sam will have to see the doctor first. Because I've been doing the details on his hearse. So now it's like our jobs reversed. Because yeah, you drew me out, but I'm the one giving you the body work. So don't get it twisted. Until now, you weren't even a person of interest. You ain't dominating shit, bitch. Yeah, you're working with whips, but you're the one with your skirt getting lifted. And it's certain you rip shit, like DNA from an amberstone. But the crowds want a real raptor, not a stretched out raptor clone. And in the past, you've shown that you often copy material to doctor sloppy appearances. I ain't even talking about your career with this, so I came here just to drop this thick shit, send him into a quick fit, and give him that real out-of-body experience. Wow. This shit like astral projection. Except I'm in the back of your head strapped with the wrench trying to detach the suspension. Because I'm trying to hijack your perception like the cast of Inception. Bro, you couldn't sit where I've sat for a second. I'm an actual legend. And like Andre the Giant, I'm gonna leave a lasting impression. Hey, yo, Manchester. Yeah! How Sam a boss but always look like he just spent his last tenner. Tell this prick he should be taking notes like a bank teller. And when I catch a body, I just leave a black feather and a note that I wrote with it saying you should rap better. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So, number one. Having watched Crow the other day, yes, another illustration of just how far he's come, but we're not talking about Crow right now. Sam, consistent, direct, articulate, good writer, good performer. His weakness, I think, is, like I say, that next step. That next element that sets him apart. Like I say, Halcyon Show, I'll give it 2-1. I think Crow took the battle. I think that's pretty easy to argue. But I think that third round was very, very good by Crow. Like I say, I'll give the first and the third to him. But the second round, like I say, I saw a lot more from Sam that makes me go, nah, I can give him that round and feel comfortable with it. But I had a streams. I couldn't disagree with you beyond making that assessment. But like I said, he's got a lot of core qualities that we want to see. He's got a lot of qualities that make him a threat to anyone. Just because, again, not being funny, if we're in this mode of chokes and stumbles matter, he doesn't seem to choke and stumble all that much in the stuff that I've seen. So that puts him in good stead. I think, though, like I say, he needs to tap into an element that separates him from every other battler. And at the moment, there's just nothing really that I would argue apart from the Marvel stuff, which again is being used against him at this point. So is that something you really want to steer into and become kind of a nerdy amalgamation of a battler? Because you're the comic book guy. Like, I'm not sure that's a winning strategy necessarily in a world as aggressive as battle rap. So if it's me and I say, look, what I want to see is this. Like I say, I want to see him tap into more of that obvious legitimacy he has and say to him, let's focus on transferring that energy out of the round into the round and give it some legitimacy, an air of threat, an air of menace, and let your writing and consistency take care of the rest. You know what I mean? But solid. I couldn't argue against Hadashrooms from that perspective in that Crow is so very, very good. His group is a tricky one for anyone that's in Crow's group. Whereas, how we saw with P, P Solja is going to set the tone for his group immediately, and it's going to be up to guys to try and match or beat him somehow, some way. We look at Sam. Sam's ability to be able to undermine his opponent is there to a degree, but is it better than P Solja's? Probably not. Is his charisma as much as P Solja's? Probably not. So he's going to have to bring something else to the table. It can't just be intricate stuff. It can't just be... Again, in that battle, he was trying to undermine Crow by saying he's not as hard as him, or he's a joker, he's a fool. Yeah, good luck with that with P Solja. So, again, if you need to get 2 or 3 wins from these groups, and that's what we're agreeing we're having to do, and we're saying that P Solja is the favourite, so he's more likely to win 2 or 3 out of his than lose 2 or 3 out of his, then he needs to beat the other two on that basis, which we've got Quicksilver and we've got Bert Broadbent. Now, we'll go to Bert next, because Bert is the one I literally have no familiarity with beyond... again, I saw him in a 2-on-2, and I saw the 2-on-2. That was for Don't Flop at Checkpoint 5. And then I saw the one that Don't Flop put out with the shit audio under a train track that I couldn't understand anything with anyone was saying. So, but I'm given to understand from people that he has improved significantly since those battles. He also has a lot of stand-up stuff on YouTube. I downloaded one of those just on the off chance anyone wants to see his stand-up if this battle is not that good. Just so we've got a frame of reference as to what he can do. Again, I feel that that's important. With Sam Hypes, I know that we've agreed that he probably lost that battle against Crow, but I would argue never faltered, never showed any waning, was consistent, delivered good stuff, strong stuff. It's just that on that day, Crow was just simply better. And Sam will have had time to reflect on that and the Dub T battle in terms of the constant criticism of the Marvel bar. So we'll have to see if he takes that into consideration and grows from there. Remains to be seen. But again, if I'm coaching him, and I'm not, I just say, look, if you want to do that. But let's bring in some more of your actual personality. Let's let the menace of you, again, the physical imposition you can have on the stage versus a guy like Bert Broadbent, who is diminutive, albeit tall, against Quicksilver, who is a bit younger. Not against P Solja necessarily, because P Solja is literally the tallest person you will probably ever meet. But nevertheless, you've got to have menace to the audience. The audience has to be either intimidated or in awe or somehow enamored with you to a certain degree. And I think that's where maybe, again, he needs to raise his levels there. Not necessarily in the writing or in the delivery or anything like that, beyond what he's doing, because again, his delivery is consistent, strong, sharp, good, love that. It's just that connection with the crowd, that connection with the camera. We just need to find some aspects of him that he can crank up a little bit more and start cultivating the benefits. Anyways, let's go to Shawnee B versus Bert Broadbent. And like I say, I literally no frame of reference for this battle. Don't know who won it, don't know any lines from it or anything along those lines. So, first time seeing it. I say it on every stream. If you're not already subscribed to the Patreon, you should go and subscribe to the Patreon. Not going to be able to watch these battles or get tickets otherwise. So if you're at all interested in this tournament, you need to get the Patreon.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Trubs. I am the plug. Welcome to Premier Battles.
We've seen a lot of battles off this card now.
If you're in the building,
shown a lot
make
of
some
them
noise,
recently.
man. Alright, second academy battle. On my right hand side, introduce yourself.
Oh, me? Yeah. Shawnee fucking B. I'm from Norfolk, pussy. Let's fucking go.
This is going to be a test for Bert Broadbent for sure. Shawnee B.
I love that. On my left hand side.
I think it was Shawnee B versus Dojo at Checkpoint 5. And I remember that battle being really good. Like, low-key, one of the battles of the night. If not performance of the night from Dojo. I thought Shawnee B gave as good as he got, but I had Dojo really performing well on that one, but in no small part due to Shawnee B. So I'm just saying, from what I've seen of Bert Broadbent so far and Shawnee B, I'm surprised that everyone's saying that this is an improvement from him, because I really rate Shawnee B's development and improvement over the last few battles I've seen of him.
Introduce yourself.
Bert Broadbent, shout out my dog sitter Jimbo. Get that dog walk, son. Nice one. Let's go.
Dogs in that. All right. Off camera, we decided Shawnee's going first.
Okay.
Let's go, man.
Yo! So on point like a bayonet, and the blades have been whetted on a laser's edge. You better go all in. That's your safest bet. The stage is set. As I walked on, someone told me to break a leg. What a waste of breath. I couldn't even break a sweat on this waste cadet. My aim is set. I'll fucking break his neck and lay him dead. And no drink can be poured on your place of rest. It's been a tight month, Bert. I can't even afford to pay respect. Cause you? Yeah, you? are fucking shit, bruv. You don't seem to care if you produce good lines or not. I mean, I could outwrite him in 10 minutes. With fucking 9 minutes of writer's block. And listen, Bert, if people approach you after this battle, just know it's not because your jokes are quite nice. They're only going to approach you because you look like you know the Wi-Fi. Hey, listen, because it's Bert Broadbent. The fake Cockney. He doesn't even know what a chimney sweeper does. Even though he sounds like a chimney sweeper, and he's built like a chimney sweeper's brush. So go ahead, spit your shit bars and your shit rounds, bro. You're a rookie. Just remember, I'm Shawnee fucking B, and I'm from North Pussy.
Okay, that's all right. He had a couple of good lines, but I think that first segment, that sort of what was it? No, I'll stab you up, break your neck stuff. I've heard a lot of that stuff a lot. I don't know what you class that as. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess it's a tone setter. You know what I mean? It's just to establish, like, here's what I am, here's what I'm here to do, da-da-da-da-da. But then it only really clicked into gear when he zoned in on Bert and, like, went with the nerd thing. Which, again, he's got glasses and he's tall. Okay. I can't relate to the second part, but when I wear glasses, I'm a nerd. Anyways, it's on board.
Oh, fuck, boy! This is horrid. Wow. Water damaged his phone asking Siri for the nearest speech therapist in Norwich. At the last event, I was astonished. I cut Shawnee up a line, and as he leant forward, he dribbles right on it. Because that tongue in his head is demonic. When you pull a face to freak your infant son out, you stick your tongue back into your mouth. Because that is a bumper-sized underbite. When Shawnee goes down on his missus, giggling like a rascal, his top lip pulls down her knickers, while his bottom lip is tickling her arsehole. Fucking Father Lisbus. And if Shawnee went on countdown, he would only ask for vowel sounds. When he chews his food, he sounds like he's got a cow's mouth, so after he spat his rounds out, please, Trubs, chuck a towel down. Time.
Okay. So, that makes sense in the context of the fact that he's a stand-up comedian. He's clearly... he's prioritizing jokes over the rhyming element of it. It's fine. It's fine. I wonder how that stands him over the course of for a round. Fine. And again, 60-second rounds, maybe he can get away with it to a certain degree. But let's see. Again, that's the first round of his I've seen properly in a while. So let's see if he can change things up in the second. But before we do that, let's see what Shawnee B has to say to respond.
So shout out Carlos in 2013. Because listen, what I'm spitting is great. Now I said, what I'm spitting is great. Yeah, I got a list, bitch. I just want to fucking spit in your face. Now listen.
Oh, who did that bar back in the day from Don't Flop? Yeah, I'm spitting it great. I'm spitting it great. I'm spitting you great. I'm not choking. I just wanted an excuse to spit in your face. I can't remember who that was. But yeah, I'm assuming that's a takeoff of that. Yes? No? I can't remember. I don't remember the name. I just remember the video of a guy in the middle of either what looked like a field or a festival. So, I forget. I think the only reason I ever saw that, though, was because Don't Flop put it on like a top 10 rebuttals compilation thing. Fair enough. Anyways, Shawnee B, you were saying?
So he calls himself the fucking Cockney geezer.
He does.
Well, sorry, mate. I'm a non-believer. Because you're a fucking hipster at best. He fucking plays the ocarina. And you probably drive a Vauxhall Tigra. Because if you're a Cockney, then I'm from the shores of Sweden. No. I said, if you're a Cockney, then I am North Korean. No. I said, if he's a Cockney, then I am Puerto Rican. Actually, fuck all of this. If you're a Cockney, then I am Morgan Freeman. Because he'll try Cockney rhyme and slang, but he's prepared it poorly. He'll give a girl his number like, "Yo, babes, pick up the apples and pears and call me." You fucking total cunt. You must know you're dumb. Son of a dinner lady and a bricklayer. Yeah, they're both his mum.
Oh, sometimes you just got to go back with... You got to go with a tried and trusted one, don't you? No need, man. Like, that's so random. So random.
I mean,
Why?
As a comedian, you've got promise. I mean, when he's up on that damn stage, he's conducted a fan base. I mean, you're funny and that's great. I bet they're loving it backstage. But you have visions of a bigger picture in this rap game. But we've all seen through this lens that you just can't adjust to this landscape. So go ahead, spit your shit bars and your shit rounds, bro. You're a rookie. Just remember, I'm Shawnee fucking B, and I'm from North, pussy.
I'd say that was a stronger round than his first. Yeah, I'd say it was a stronger round than his first to a certain degree anyway, because he was much more, he was actually addressing Bert more. Few jokes, obviously the mum thing is just random, but it, you know, it always provokes a reaction because it's silly. Yeah, it's all right so far, but again, this is what I want to see now. I want to see how Bert evolves into the battle. I don't want to see just another round of jokes. I want to see some bit of articulation, a bit of rhythm here.
You are a mentalist with a mental lisp.
Bars.
You are way too aggressive for a man who can't say his S's. Shawnee's on holiday. The view is impressive. The sun is setting. His missus looks at him and she's thinking about a wedding. Until Shawnee leans over her, sunburnt and sweating, and says, "Si, senor!" Not for vases when you get a second. Fuck me! Guy's a weapon. And you know what rhymes with that?
What was that?
Oh, love me, I got sectioned. Shawnee, how many times have I told you? I don't care if you're bipolar. You can't sleep on my sofa.
You got a response out Shawnee B.
I found the notes from Shawnee's psychologist. It says he likes slicing his wrists. He's got a Mike Tyson-esque lisp. He loves a night on the piss. And he's got a nice set of tits. It says he was once laid to waste in prison. It says he dresses like the purification of the white race. It's a huge ambition. It says he looks like he came highly placed in a shit tattoos competition. Surely he just built different. Yeah. Time.
Okay. So far, I mean, there's nothing wrong with anything he's delivering in the sense of, I mean, it's fine. I think what I'm not resonating with Bert so far is, again, not only is the comedic element of his delivery so painfully apparent, and again, I've never seen any of his stand-up, by the way, I just know he's done it. What I would say is there just doesn't seem to be any... There's not really any meat on the... I'm struggling to explain it. There's no substance to a lot of what he's saying, really. You know what I mean? It just doesn't seem to have any bite. This isn't a rap battle to him. It's a roast. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to marinate on it. I need to think of a way to articulate it because I'm just not saying it very well in the sense of he doesn't come across as a rapper. You know what I mean? Like a lot of guys rap and freestyle and do music and all the rest of it, segue into battle rap. Some guys are spoken word and they fall in love with the rhythm and the motion of language, especially English and sort of the linguistic mysteries therein. He seems to be using it as an excuse to tell jokes, and they happen to rhyme. There's something lacking with it. Let me think about it. But yeah, it just feels like it's lacking a little bit. Anyways, Shawnee B.
Last round, yeah? Said I've been losing.
I think, right, sorry to interrupt Shawnee B. I think it's because, again, the joke is becoming... The way Bert delivers his stuff is the joke is primary, the rhyme isn't. And in stand-up, of course, the joke is primary, right? But in battle rap, how you say what you say and the way you say what you say is just as important as what you're saying. And I think he's neglecting that far too much. At least that's how it's sounding to me.
Sleep. Because you did a 2-on-2 with Jeeves.
He did.
But that's not the punchline. So you did a 2-on-2 with Jeeves. And it was only the second time you'd met him. I mean, you met him when you battled him. And later you needed a 2-on-2 partner and he stepped in. And they even decided to announce this during that 2-on-2. Like, it was some big reveal that would be shocking us. I hate to fucking tell you, Bert, but it was really fucking obvious. I mean, seeing you two as a team, one thing remains clear. You had about as much chemistry with him as Andrew Tate would with Jermaine Greer. Just a pair of fucking Muppets. Bro, you look like that Nerds attorney. They're like, hey, that was Bert and Jeeves. Nah, bruv, we're not fucking Bert and Ernie. And also, let's take a second. Take a look at the fucking shape that he's in. Bert, that is unstably thin. Outrageously slim. He's about the weight of a pin, around his waist is an inch. He's got bones sticking out in random ways from his skin. Couple that with the fact you got no face, you're just chin. You look like Pamphlet if he never found his way to the gym. Because his body fat percentage, shit, -5. Are you fucking dead or alive? I could never decide. He built like fucking Melanie Sykes, you know, skeleton vibes. I mean, other than that, but I'm sure you're a hell of a guy. So, that's 3-0, you're done, and still, you're a rookie. Just remember, I'm Shawnee fucking B, and I'm from Norfolk.
Okay. Probably one of the stronger rounds of the battle so far, which is... Yeah, I mean, Shawnee, again, in Shawnee's defense, he's doing a lot to try and antagonize Bert. He's doing a lot to undermine him. He's trying to attack him in certain ways. I think, again, the lack of threat from Bert is what's making this feel like a bit of a damp squib for me. But I can see the improvement because in the battle he had with Jeeves, because he did a 2-on-2, that felt really disjointed. Jeeves felt slicker than Bert. But Bert was enjoying he was giggling like a bastard, man. And it was ruining the performance. Here, at least, he is trying to keep it together more. But, like I said, I need to see him take it a bit more seriously still, if anything.
In Shawnee's spare time, he plays 11-a-side. I saw a snap of the legends online. They are a gang of the fattest fellas alive. Whenever they run, they're having a terrible time. But they all think Shawnee is one hell of a guy. They say, we're playing with the most promising lad. Call him Diego Maradona Caban. What's for Zinedine Zidane? Mohammed No Salah. Because it's Westminster City FC. The FC stands for fat cunts. A team of Ronaldo wannabes. Yeah, I'm talking about the fat one. They eat Terry chocolate oranges at half time. cheese in the offside trap. Because these boys experience a low mood after no food. There is a high ratio of single dudes and their water bottle carrier is filled full of Pringle tubes. I could never be in the crew. And it's a shame because I would love to get the call up. You know when Westminster City turn up at a game. Because the St John's Ambulance start doing their warm-up. That's time. Let's go.
Okay. So, let's examine Bert Broadbent then. I think he's got his work cut out for him in this group. That's, yeah. That's a tall order for him to do anything in this group beyond. Yeah, Halcyon, yeah. Again, I'm doing my best. So Halcyon says it 3-0 Shawnee B, and I'm struggling to think of much else other than he's again, if he's a stand-up comedian, he can handle the pressure of being on stage. If he's a stand-up comedian, then he can write comedy. What I think I'm struggling to see in him is that it's not right. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. He's not delivering it like a competitor. He's not trying to win. He is literally just saying jokes and hoping people laugh. And it's not a performance in the same way as a comedy routine where there's no competitiveness in comedy. It's you go out on stage, you either bomb or you don't. And that's kind of it. Whereas in battle rap, there's degrees to the shit. It's funny, actually. I was having a conversation, a tweet backwards and forwards with someone concerning the nature of the idea of a KO in battle rap, where someone's round can be so good and so devastating, it effectively wins the battle. So even if they lose 2 rounds, that one round is so good, you have to give the battle to the person. I find the concept interesting, but what I would argue, though, is it fails to take into account that battle rap isn't just about the viciousness, about the punches, about the comedy. It's an accumulation of goodwill. It's an accumulation of notoriety, whatever it is that wins you over in the minds of the audience, and you can't skip that. It takes 3 rounds to build that. So as much as I love the idea of there being sort of this potential of someone just coming out of nowhere and swinging a haymaker and winning a battle out of nowhere, so you've got to pay attention for all 3 rounds. Even if a guy's 2-0 down, he can come out swinging in the 3rd and maybe win. It just doesn't work that way. And so when it comes to Bert, what I'm seeing here is that lack of competitiveness. I'm not seeing that same real application of the performance. He's focusing very much and very hard on, isn't this all funny? He's being a stand-up comedian rather than a battler. He's not translating those skills well enough from one genre into another. And so the trick with him is going to be whether or not he can do that. If he can't, he's in for 3 rough nights against 3 guys who will take him apart. I mean, no 3 of the other competitors are going to go light on him. They'll see him as a sitting duck if he doesn't up his game in terms of how he delivers it in the context of a battle rap. Is he funny? He's not my speed. I'll be brutally honest. From what I've seen there, he's okay. He's fine. But like I say, what I want to see is I want to see a bit more, like I say, a bit more of a competitive spirit to him, a bit more of a combative element that I think isn't there. He's treating it like a roast, and that's fine. But then you have to be really fucking funny with it, and I don't think he was really fucking funny. That's my fair assessment. And again, I've seen him in 2 battles, and so far my critique remains the same. I think he's having a great time, and that's great. That's lovely that he's kind of coming into battle rap and he's throwing around lines and he gets an excuse to stand in front of a guy and just say whatever he wants. Great. I'm super happy that he's having fun with it. I want to see if he's going to be in this tournament and he's taking up a spot that could go on to win. I want to see him take that seriously. That's what I want to see. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with him. So anyways, let us come to our final competitor for the evening, which is young Quicksilver. Now, we have 2 choices. I will share with you that one of them came very heavily recommended, and the other one is recommended, but not quite so heavily. We either have him versus Wavy John, which I was recommended because, and I quote, Quicksilver bodied him so badly he never came back. Or we have him versus Shawnee B, who we've just seen defeat Bert Broadbent. What would you prefer to watch? Now, I'm given to understand that Wavy John isn't battling as a result of not only potentially this, but also he had some choice opinions. Should we just leave it at that? That didn't resonate well with UK battle rap as a whole. So whether or not we want to platform that and him, I leave it up to you. I'm happy to watch the battle because if it's an endorsement of Quicksilver, I'm happy to do it. The 6 of you watching now, what do we think? Do we want to see Quicksilver versus Wavy John or Quicksilver versus Shawnee B? What do we think? Had a shroom straight in there with Wavy. Anyone else? Anyone else have a preference? What are we saying? I'm assuming not, since we didn't get many responses earlier. So, okay, cool. In which case, Hadda Shrooms is at the helm, my friends. Let's chuck on Quicksilver versus Wavy John. Seen a lot of short circuit battles over the last couple of episodes as well. Such a shame what happened on Saturday, man. Still really gutted for everyone about that. Cool. Cheers, Shrooms.
Welcome, people. It's your boy Trubs. I am the plug.
Dojo front row with Viz.
In the building.
Is that Jim Bob as well? Yeah, Pagan in the background. Shawnee B in the background. Sean Cray.
No stranger to the league. You lot seen him in the previous short circuits. Make some noise for Quicksilver, man. Let's go. And on my right hand side, again, you've seen him in previous short circuits. Make some noise for Wavy John, man.
That's a pretty decent sized crowd for short circuit, man.
Alright, they decided off camera. Quicksilver's going first. Round 1 on you, my bro.
Let's go.
Wavy John.
Yes.
It's an interesting name.
Mm-hmm.
Simple and plain.
Mm-hmm.
Well, go on then, John. Give us a wave.
I see what you
Dress
did
up
there.
like Christian Grey with your whips and your chains. I'm expressive, so sorry if I spit at you, mate. You called out Kick Nelly. Expected him to jump into the fray. It was a unanimous no. But don't worry, I'll show you the tricks of the trade. We've seen your rise, now your fall. So say your last words, Citizen Kane, because depending how this battle goes, you still might get a kick in the face. What's good, short circuit? Yeah! I respect all my opponents, but you were getting half of that. If you think this dog is sick,
I'll just rewind it for a second because I need to pay attention to something. It looked to me, I know he probably didn't, I think he just called out. It looked like Pagan scratched his face with a beer.
Face. What's good, short circuit?
Yeah!
I respect all my opponents, but you were getting
Sorry.
half of that. If you think this dog is sick, I'll show you that I'm barking mad. I'll crush his nuts sweeter than marzipan. Things are gonna get messy in a minute. Art attack. Emo sad boy starter pack. Someone tell this greasy grubby needs a rest. Looking like gas buffs manager at CEX. Jesus wept. Sorry, old man, you ain't no seasoned veteran. There's no way that he is better than me or anyone. We need to find a way that we can settle this. You're the weakest specimen. What I speak is effortless. I can't tell if you've got receding hair a bit or just some Swedish heritage. Now all these prediction lists have you winning this. That's ridiculous. You're only known for your gimmicks, tricks, and simple shit. Whatever floats your boat, Wavy. But today for you is sink or swim, and you're gonna need more than clowning around if you think you're it. I've got witnesses. That's all you get on your knees for the name of entertainment. You're only known for acting a tit on screen like Heather Graham. Every statement is devastation. Every statement is devastation, but pulling these stunts today, I'm Ethan Hunt. Yeah, you're gonna tell them I'm vegan, bruv. I'm usually all about peace and love, but when I start cooking you, they're gonna eat it up. Cause today, hoisin's saucier than Peking duck. Yeah, I'm reaching, bruv.
Yeah. So I noticed this in another battle of his. I forget against who. God, I wish I could remember who it was. But I remember that he, very early on, he had this, not crutch, but he had a very strong dependency on the meta nature of his delivery of stuff, where he was very heavily insinuating that he knew it wasn't very good what he was saying, or it was sort of a bit, not cringe, but you know what I mean, that sort of dad-based element humor of, oh, isn't it shit, laugh. And I said, let's bring that back. If he can possibly help it, let's bring that back just a tad, because there's nothing wrong with it. It brings the crowd in, loosens everyone up, again, wins you, makes you appear likable, you know, all that good jazz. But doing it constantly is indicative of the fact that we'll just write better stuff. You know what I mean? So that's the first instance that I've seen of it. It was good. It was funny. Let's just see if, hopefully, he just brings it back a little bit.
This Tweedledum. At Short Circuit, you're the runt of the litter. But you know, if you and your girlfriend break up, you're still brother and sister. I ain't your mate in this battle, so don't go telling them we're sweet. Didn't care what day we did, this could be any of the week. You have more moments than bars. You're on a never-ending streak, so it's only right I opened up the pit. Welcome to the belly of the beast. That's time. You rap your rhymes, you smelly little freak.
Nearly. So, good delivery, good pace, good cadence, funny, jokes, felt loose. No room shakers, though. Nothing that felt like an absolute devastating punch, so maybe needs to work on upping that a little bit, or maybe we'll see that as the battle progresses. Fine. Really solid. Again, he seems to be very personal and very likable. Again, not a bad way to enter a battle rap situation if the crowd already likes him, because they go, yeah, he seems like a nice dude. Won't serve you well in a battle, but
so,
still.
Is it Quicksilver or Vegan Bruv? Which should I choose? Because Vegan Bruv is your Facebook page with 5 followers. You are killing it, dude. And I was wondering the other day, who's the most famous chef in battle rap? So I've done the research and this is the truth. And I'm sorry, Peter, but it isn't you. So you can get to fuck with your miserable food. Imagine having to be careful with the...
I'm going to point something out just because I hope that if Prem do their recording thing, I'm curious how they're going to marshal the crowd. Because right now, and this is just in shot, there's one person not... I know it's Red Rum, so maybe whatever. But there's 2 people in shot right now on their fucking phones. If Prem are smart, they don't let anyone go on their fucking phones during a battle. Or they have the audience on the opposite side. There's nothing... I'm on my phone here right now, right? And partly because I'm trying to run the stream and I'm trying to send things to people to say, hey, come on the stream, or hey, is this working, or whatever, right? If you're on the phone when you're being supposedly entertained, like, that is such a fucking... You're shitting in their cornflakes when you do that. So either they need to educate the audience and say, look, guys, stay off your fucking phones while we're recording, because we're going to be recording you and we can't have you on your fucking phones watching and scrolling through your feeds when you're supposed to be paying attention to premier battles, i.e. the battles that are the premier quality. And it's not enough to even hold your attention when you're in the fucking room. Why the fuck would anyone sit and watch the goddamn thing when they're at home being reminded, oh, I could be doing something more interesting. Well, okay. Just, that's all I'm saying. I just want to point that out because Short Circuit probably airs younger in terms of the people that participate. It only stands to reason that the people that watch would air younger. If they see people on screen not paying attention, why the fuck would they? That's all I'm saying.
Crisps that you choose, no frazzles, quavers, even Doritos are screwed. And since the recipe's changed, him and Pringles are through. Vegan Bruv has fans over on the web. He's got 2K on the gram, but no, I'm not impressed. Because if you think his food's complex, the bloke is off his head. One of the recipes he's done, toast with chocolate spreads. I mean, how hard can it be? It's hardly a feat. He's done other toast recipes, and we're starting with beans. He's done toast with hummus, mushrooms, avocado. It seems he's gonna get turned to toast because you are what you eat. But the culinary world is one that you're hardly popping in. I don't believe that you started bothering. Your food looks like Mark Corrigan's part Moroccan party offerings. It leaves a Mark Corrigan's part Moroccan party offerings, and it leaves a bitter taste that I can't be swallowing, like Dobby when she palms the olives in. I'm the Peep Show food bar king. I can never be a mark to you, because I've really got that dog in me. Like Jeremy eating barbecue. At this stage, it's all calm. But it's a quick change to the storm starts, because what I bring to the table is as insane as 4 naans. But you haven't always believed that animals needed nurture. You didn't believe it when you were 6. You weren't eating vegan burgers. We didn't see him do trick or treat with purpose. We never saw Pete with burners shooting anyone who gave him Haribo, because meat is murder. You were still eating meat during your uni degree. I thought activist beliefs were rooted and deep. But
I know we're not examining Wavy John. I'm just going to point out that Shuffle T laid the groundwork for how to go about dissing the vegan 10 years ago. You don't kick off by just listing all of the things they eat and arbitrarily saying, well, that's rather unorthodox, isn't it? Like, he's not doing anything with any of it. It's just kind of, he's just kind of plodding through. There's nothing here, you know what I mean? It just seems so vacuous and pointless.
He doesn't care about the abuse when he eats. Peter's been killing animals like you wouldn't believe. And I checked your socials for examples. I wound up with 9. You posted a meal deal sandwich that has salmon inside, and Domino's meat feast a handful of times, as well as empty Nando's plates after having your fries. But now you want to chat about animal rights. I find it more convincing when Carrius dives. I can never be a vegan. I'll stand by that till I die, because I've been smoking cheese for like half of my life. And you can call me fat all you want. I've been big bone since Bebo, my Sunday league team. You can call me fat all you want. I've been big bone since Bebo, my Sunday league team calls me CR7. Teen Stone, my IQ.
And now he's dunking on himself.
Sunday league team calls me CR7. Teen Stone, my IQ is high, mate. It's my weight in kilos, that's 125. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. All you can eat. Accuse me of having cheat codes. Always got a stitch by my side like I'm Lilo. Jogging ain't for me, bro. Even if I'm under attack. Because I am far too fat to fucking run from a scrap. Round 1.
I think the crowd have been very generous there. Quicksilver takes the first one, not only because funnier, seems more personable. Again, I just felt like a lot of that was boring, hot air. It just didn't, it wasn't yeah, that's a really underwhelming. I've seen some bad rounds of battle rap in my life, ladies and gentlemen. I've been privy to someone choking all 3 rounds live, ladies and gentlemen. That was the most painful battle rap experience of my entire life. I'm not saying it was painful. I'm saying it was boring. So yeah, round one goes to Quicksilver. Round 2 on Quicksilver. Let's see what he can do with it.
A whole round about me being vegan.
Yes, indeed.
What's the matter with you? It's very clear you did the research. Thanks for the views.
Yep.
But it's Wavy John. Bet you're mates with swans. Body tight, tater tots, looking like a lot of guys from Blazing Squad. I'm not a rapper, I don't make music. I found it hard to shake it off. Have it your way and I'll give you a hook after your verse like Jamie Foxx. Brought your mates along? Nah. Barry, no mates, you sell no tickets. There's daylight between us. You need to end those gimmicks. I'd rather make them laugh than show lyrics, and I'm gonna be the last of us. We don't want to see this dead bloke spitting. I'm surgical with this. I'll just tell you again if you won't learn. I'm opening wounds, so when I put this dickhead in the ground, salt burn. Yeah, it's class in session. Let me ask a question. What makes you better than any battle of past or present? You're pissing me off more with...
I haven't seen Saltburn. I understood that reference. I'm assuming no one in the crowd, just because that's a weird line. That's a weird line from Quicksilver.
Question. What makes you better than any battle of past or present? You're pissing me off more with every passing second, and you've got a harder job today than your barber blessing. Let me demonstrate to this heavyweight. For me, this is a sparring session. I could kill him with half the effort. If bars are weapons, this is Armageddon. I sculpted with an art collection. I'm a carve your head in. I've got the crowd going, that's a humdinger.
So it's
like
already
Judge
becoming
Rinder if
so
you-
clear that Quicksilver is strongest in those off-key moments. When he's trying to get into the whole I'm a hard battle rapper spiel, it kind of makes people sort of sit like, what's he doing? And then when he flips it and hits them with the off-key stuff, it catches them off guard and lets them know it's a gimmick, it's a joke. So the fact that he's got that aspect down is encouraging. I know that some people have leveled it. He's kind of biting off Shuffle T or Marlowe or Mark Grist to a certain degree, or other comedic battlers from the back in the day who had this sort of posh overture to them. I wouldn't say he feels reminiscent of those guys in the same way. I'd say, though, that the tactic he's using, yes, that's very reminiscent, because it is that, again, I would say Marlowe more than Shuffle T in this instance, because Marlowe was always partial to kind of bobbing in with the posh stuff, as it were.
There's a pub quizzer. Telling me to tighten up. Boy, I've got a screw loose. I'm knocking heads down. This really is a who's who. When I stick it to the man, this prick will be looking like voodoo. I know you used to send the weirdest videos to your mates on Bluetooth. Don't like that? Boo-hoo. I want back the...
To the younger viewers at home, back before we had Wi-Fi connection, there used to be a little thing at the top, and you could send things via infrared, or if you were really clever, you could figure out how to Bluetooth two phones together, and you could send stuff, assuming it wasn't, you know, bigger than, say, a Word file. You could send songs, but only if you had a couple of hours to kill and you could afford to leave your phone on the table and trust that no one would steal it and kick it. History lesson for you. Also, whoever that man is, that Bentner? I'm assuming that's Bentner because he's got an Arsenal hoodie on. Legend.
Minutes are lost when I started your clips. Not a single version of you beats me, John. He just doesn't exist. You're drowning in this talent pool. Your future here is a sunken abyss. Because you're not wavy, John. You're just a puddle of piss. No one's buddies with him. Because if you're wavy, I'm a tsunami. It's just basic thugonomics, John, that you can't see. What's your excuse going to be today if you're unprepared? You were cutting your hair? Struggling to pick out something to wear? Bert got Wolf and I got you, babe. Sonny and Cher.
See what I mean? Like, this is what I'm saying. It works. It works. And he tickles people, and that's good. Just saying, any battle rapper worth his salt is going to pick up on that. Like, you pay more attention to the people at home than you do to your opponents or the people in the room. You got to be careful about the gimmicks and the things you lean on all the time. That's all I'm saying. And he leans on that quite heavily.
I'm Winnie the Pooh, so I guess I'm hunting a bear. I'm channeling Karen when I ask to speak to customer care, because if you get too close, I'm warning you, I'm going to ruffle your hair. If looks could kill, you're getting uncomfortable stares.
The other thing as well that I like about him that he's got down is, because he's an actor as well, I'm given to understand. He's very good facial expressions, very good mannerisms, understands how to articulate without saying things. He's very expressive, very good for battle rap. Very, very good.
When they scatter your ashes, we'll all be punching the air. Time.
Okay. It's fine. It's good.
When you said,
yes,
I'll beat this dick and end up covered in cum.
What?
Hold on.
I'll
say again. When you said, I'll beat this dick and end up covered in cum, it was the most jokes thing you ever did. Don't worry about the haters, Peter, because they're just blokes being sensitive. Because I'm aware that you've got a game plan. And I know it's some clever shit, because so what if he's made his name off a gay bar? Because so did Electric Six, but he's obviously not gay. Seriously. Just stop it, guys. Because even if he was gay, it doesn't make him the dodgy type that deserves to be ostracised. If Peter wants to be gay, then he's got the right. And plus, I've met your missus before anyway.
God, it's quiet in that room
lad,
right now.
She's a proper 9. A pretty little thing. Like where she shops online. Honestly, his girl's almost as hot as mine. If she was on OnlyFans, she'd have the top worldwide account. If she was on OnlyFans, she'd have the top worldwide account. She'd have any man in the church on the spot reciting vows. So why do you rap about having cocks inside your mouth? Did someone tell Oscar Wilde out to shut his gob and quiet down? Because you just do 4-bar schemes where nothing relates, and you force an outrageous threat, though you get punched in the waist, and then you rhyme like this to try and fit in something depraved, like, you'll be on the end of blows when I come in your face, and I should probably pause that. But there's no running away from the fact that your bars, they aren't even subtly gay, and he only does it because he thinks that it's funny on stage. But in recent years, we've both become LSAs. That means we look after children in a vulnerable state. You think being gay is a punchline? You should be fucking ashamed. How can you mould their futures when you're stuck in your ways? Because I know what we do here, it isn't aimed at kids. But imagine the ones that you talk caught away with this. They're LSA on public platforms saying things that are gay as shit, where the sole intention is to take the piss. It really fucking makes me sick, because homophobia is still rife in schools. Let's not debate it. But the difference between...
I think already I'm starting to see that this round will have aged very poorly given the context of why he was then not battling anymore. The other thing I would say is if he's saying they're both this, then he's saying the same thing about him. This is what I'm seeing with him so far, is he's saying a lot, but he's not doing a lot with it. Sorry, let me rephrase. He's taking a lot of time saying things, but he's not saying very much. And when he does say something, it's so ineffectual and not at all prescient to the matter at hand, which is he's trying to win a rap battle. It just doesn't feel... Yeah, it just feels nothing, really.
Between us two is that I want it changing. That's why I work in education. I know the job is draining and it requires lots of patience and problematic conversations. They always ask me, sir, can you just drop the gay shit? Because I tolerate it. But see, when people say they tolerate it, it's never been an honest statement. And I can't have anybody feeling like they're lost and jaded. Feeling different can be complicated no matter what the age is. That's why the children see John embrace it. It's not just about stopping cases. How can we expect these kids to learn what's okay if the adults around them haven't got the basics? So bring the grinder bars here, and I'm removing his lid, and we'll see Bud broke down and put in a spliff. He'll get packed in the second that I'm through with the lick. Your girl loves the way I roll. It's what I do with a Riz. So fuck you, you disregard for Adam and Steve. You could learn a lesson from the class that I teach, because homophobic horseplay isn't banter to me. So when I tell him do better, it's not the rap that I mean. Time.
So, yeah, that's again. He's trying to. Okay, even if I want to deal with it on the face value, he's trying to recontextualize the stuff that Quicksilver and Shuffle T have done in the past. We're losing those two as a causal link. Shuffle T was using that aspect of comedy back in the day to really prey on the homophobic predilections of a fan base that has since widened its scope for diversity in many different ways. That is ultimately to Shuffle T's credit. I know he probably wasn't thinking of doing that when he did it, but it's a side effect. The fact that people had to come face to face with someone that was comfortable expressing and exploring topics that would have made guys like that uncomfortable back in the day ultimately make them feel face to face with it. If Quicksilver's utilizing the same comedic element of it, I don't see a problem. So long as that's the context. I'd need to understand what he actually said. If someone knows what battle it was said in, cool. I'll give it a watch for further context. But my point being, the difference in this battle so far is Quicksilver is actually doing damage. He's actually eliciting responses. He's actually engaging the crowd. He's actually getting a rise out of his opponent. Wavy John is just... he's on a soapbox. Yelling. And there's nothing coming out. I have it 2-0 Quicksilver, in case you're wondering.
Thanks for giving me the shot, Trubs. Chill. Thanks for giving me the shot, Trubs. But right now I'm downing it. Greatness we're surrounded in, and we know that he don't even have an ounce of it. You're nervous at Short Circuit. Me, I'm on a power trip. If battle rap's your life, I think you need some counselling. Your writing's intricate now, yeah? You think you found your thing? 3 years deep, 6-hour coaches. I know you put the hours in, but this sack of spuds is whack as fuck. No one's here to say they're proud of him, so the Potato Bar King's getting blitzed. Yeah, I'm chowdering. You are out of this. Why are you poised there and confused? Type of guy to eat a boiled egg on the tube. Shit. It's annoying when it is true, so go ahead. You can analyse my theatricals, but tell me, what's a parasite to an animal? A man who tries to a natural, no appetite to a cannibal. It's pantomime to DiCaprio, shit as easy as ABC 1, 2, 3, Jackson 5 when I'm slapping you. Yeah, that punchline was shit. You're such a hater, we get it. And judging by your druggy eyes and pudgy smile, a moderator on Reddit. I'm switching channels. Yeah, let's cut to the chase. I'm really teaching you, boy. Hands up if you got something to say. Don't flop prototype, you're so stuck in your ways. This is me versus you. Look what they've done with our names. Still, I'm stuck with this dummy like Maggie Simpson. A lot of people online, well, they had you winning. That's got me fired up now. The heat is rising like gas emissions. I could wipe them all out like, that's a snap decision. Weldstone Ranger, anybody can get it. You make me want to stomp my head in physical embodiment of Brexit. I didn't want to say, I'm only here to make them laugh. You're barely here taking part. I didn't want to say yes because this guy's not me. Biopsy. I had a change of heart. I told Trubs, name a card. Then he said, Ace of Hearts. Mate, it's calm. I've got another trick up my sleeve and this next one's a Baked Tart. Yeah, I'm razor sharp, I'm cutthroat, then I'll pie you like Sweeney Todd. You're wavy, John, you've got to deal with the peaks and troughs. If you ever get on your knees again, I'm gonna make you speak to God. And this is for those who thought he was the one and this ain't even. I just came to beat the odds. But one more thing. You're always joking for promotion, trying to get your stats bigger. I'm gonna say something right now I know will get this man triggered. I'm calling you out for being a racist piece of shit. I don't care if you're like, how does that figure? Because you need to explain to everyone why you tweeted calling Muslim people sand. I would never say what he said. What? Mate, it's peak. I could never really care what you say to me. Because at the end of the day, I know I'm not a racist freak. So at once in your life, stop being wavy, please. And if you ever want to get booked again, right now, you're going to explain the tweets. Time.
Okay. So that would be what I was referencing at the top. I seem to remember someone messaged me about that to say that he'd been less than courteous to certain demographics of our shared cultures. And so yeah, that's why that look on his face is a look of how could you do that to me, rather than I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. And Quicksilver's look is, mate, why'd you say it? If you don't want me to bring it up, why do you? Redrum's selling it as well, back in the background there. Fair enough. Supposed to interview her at one point, never came down. Anyways, I have no will I want to watch the. I mean, do y'all want to see what happens next? I don't know. Y'all kids want to see a dead body? God. Because here's the thing. Yeah, so you got Viz there. You've got even Trubs. Sean Cray's in shock. Shawnee B's in shock. Yeah. Proper room shit. Like, this is... Do you know what that look is on Wavy John's face right now? That's the look of Sherman at the end of American Pie when he's being outed at the prom for never having slept with the chick that he claimed to have slept with. And it's the look on his face of, why are you doing this to me now? Like that look of, oh God, what are you doing to me? You know what I mean? Like, not how could you, not that's bullshit and it's not real and how dare you. It's why? Why, God? Why? Like, yeah, brutal. Do we want to watch the last round? There's 3 of you watching right now. Do we want to watch the last round? I'm not sure we do. I think Quicksilver has made... He had him winning going into this round anyway. So, yeah, he's just... I think he's... Yeah. I think he's got him. What I would have liked to have seen more, though, is if you're going to say something like that, it's probably handy to actually have them, like, have the tweets printed out. How to streams with the 3-0? Yeah, probably. I'm curious. Do you know what? I'm going to watch the beginning of the round just to see what happens. Yeah. Oh my God. He didn't. Oh, how to streams. Oh, no, me neither. But hang on.
If you ever want to get booked again, right now, you're going to explain the tweets.
There's
time.
Right. Hang on. Have you ever seen a more... Oh my God. Right. If battle rap has moments, right, That right there is a moment, ladies and gentlemen. That's the... so you're probably wondering how I got here, huh? Like, that is... Oh, if a look could confirm you just lost a battle, that would be it. Oh my god. How the fuck is he going to dismount from this? We won't watch the whole thing.
I don't know what tweet he's on about anyway.
That's it.
You're not Quicksilver.
That's all he said. Not, I never tweeted that. Not, I have no idea what he's talking about. No, that's bullshit what you just said. Just, what tweet? Children, as far as refusing you said something racist goes, that is a bad way to do it. I'm just going to say that. Yeah, there's no coming back from that response, young man. Wow. So, in the final breath of that battle, he illustrates something that maybe his other competitors aren't willing to do, which is, well, P Solja definitely would. Execute on an opponent. Like, props to Quicksilver, man. He went somewhere that... dangerous, because maybe it doesn't have it doesn't elicit the response from the audience you want it to, which is, you know, people either apathetic or they don't believe it or whatever. Wow, that's a body right there. Wow. Yeah, and that look at the end from Wavy, that look of, like, Jesus. Brutal, dude. I'm kind of stunned by that. I'm kind of stunned. Wow. Okay, well, there you go. Quicksilver. Gotcha moment aside, even though that's imperious, let's think. So, comedic, humorous, good stage presence, good articulation. Again, his facials in terms of how he, you know, how expressive he is, good. Illustrates a degree of technicality. He seems to want to employ some technicality there, you know, multisyllabics and stuff like that, and that's good. I think his double meanings, because he seems to lead with the double meaning rather than end on it, if that makes sense. He leads with the simile rather than ending with it, which then limits his ability to be able to turn it into double entendres and things of that nature, which might hamstring him a little bit. He can be direct when he needs to be. Is Levitus, and like I said, has no predilections about going into someone's social media feeds and going, "Oh, it'd be terrible if I shared this with everybody in a rap battle." So yeah, props to Quicksilver. There you go. Hadashrooms is calling it through. I think that's a fairly safe 3-0 decision for me as well. Hadashrooms, fair play to you. As far as the group then, because I don't have anyone else that messaged me to say they wanted to come on, by the way. I didn't hear anything from Sam Hypes, didn't hear anything from Quicksilver, and certainly haven't heard anything from Bert Broadbent. So I don't anticipate any of them are going to be in the chat lurking and asked to come on. If they are, by all means. Let's analyze the group then. So like I said, I have P Solja as the favourite just because, again, not only because of his tenure, not only because of his CV, not only because of his overall skill level, but because... despite his cool demure, he cares. He's very passionate about doing a very good job when he performs. He's an artist. So I've got no doubt that he's going to show up and he's going to want to body everybody left, right, and centre. So let's assume that P Solja finishes first in the group. We're left with the experience of Sam Hypes. We're left with the theatricality and the potential of Quicksilver. And we're left with the comedy stylings of Bert Broadbent. Who has the biggest ceiling out of Sam Hypes and Quicksilver is probably Quicksilver, unless, like I said, we talked about earlier, Sam Hypes can find a way to raise his level a couple of gears. He's been doing it a long time, though. I mean, can he find another aspect to himself? Whereas Quicksilver, he's going to be looking at this as somewhat of an audition process, as a staging process, as a series that he's got to prepare for, and he's got to deliver, and he's got to monologue properly and enunciate properly. Quicksilver reminds me in a lot of ways of the Anderson Burris style of battle rap in this era. Someone that is very, very easily clippable, shareable, seems likable, seems clever, intelligent, personable, all that good stuff. And so, yeah, like, he's an interesting one, Quicksilver. It just depends on whether or not he's going to have enough in the tank to be able to go up against his two biggest competitors in that group, which is Sam Hypes and P Solja. Because again, we're looking at P Solja. Could P Solja beat the other three guys? Absolutely. Sam Hypes, could he beat P Solja on his best day? At the moment, without that gear shift up, I'm going to say no. Can he beat Quicksilver? And can he beat Bert Broadbent? Yes, I think he can. So that's him. So, can Bert Broadbent beat P Solja? No. Quicksilver. It depends. Can he evolve that style from just roasting people and being comedic as hell into being a style-oriented battler? Depends. It really does. He's a stand-up comedian, which means he's probably much more at home feeding off the energy of an audience, rather than sticking to the rigid ideology of a rhythm, as it were. And Quicksilver's an actor, so again, that theatricality element is going to be... It's interesting in so much as two guys have to raise their level significantly, and one guy, I would argue, has to... Yeah, I agree. Quicksilver seems to have a lot of personability. He has a lot of charisma. I can see he already has a rapport with the crowd. The crowd likes him. That's the thing. When I've seen him perform, crowds seem to really venerate him, seem to like him. Sam Hypes is missing that relationship with the crowd at the moment. He doesn't seem to have their animosity. He doesn't have the fear. He doesn't have their love. He doesn't have the anticipation or whatever it is that all battlers, successful ones, generate with their audiences. Even if it's just something superficial that they can gravitate towards. He's just lacking that element. And he's also lacking that veracity when he's performing that he can translate from when he's not performing and he's emanating an energy, as it were. But is it possible? Again, you've got Sam Hypes as well, who's got a tremendous amount of consistency, a tremendous amount of experience and professionalism. Maybe he wins out over the long haul. So, if I'm picking P Solja to win, it's out of Quicksilver and Sam Hypes. And I assume, Hadashrooms, that you're picking Quicksilver to finish second then, because if Quicksilver can beat Sam Hypes, Quicksilver can beat Bert Broadbent. Or do you disagree with me on that? Interesting. God, that's tough. On this occasion, I'm going to pick experience. I think Sam Hypes has got enough as it is. But that's as it is with Quicksilver too. If Quicksilver can up his game, interesting. It'll make for an interesting group. But for now, at least, I'm going to stick with my picks. P Solja finishing first, then Sam Hypes, then Quicksilver, then Bert Broadbent. I hope, however, that Bert Broadbent can amalgamate his style of comedic writing with battle rap more succinctly and deliver a more solid performance overall. And again, not focus so much on the... Again, be intricate, be expressive, be dislikable at times. Say things that don't sit quite well with people. You know, don't be afraid to not be liked. You know what I mean? It's a battle rap. You're supposed to be saying mean things about the opponent, not just things that you think will make him laugh. With Sam Hypes, like I said, I need to see an edge. I need to see some aspect of him that allows an audience to get to start to resonate with him, to start to understand and appreciate him. And with Quicksilver, I need to see a little bit less of a reliance on the audience and them sort of their adulation carrying him through, because that can turn. The reason I keep coming back to it is because, again, other battlers do that better than him. Other battlers command more respect than him. So it's not enough to be likable when come face to face with a genuine threat in the tournament. So I need him to be a little bit more content. Like that last bit, right, dude, if you can come up with something about each opponent that bodies them like that, don't be afraid to leave the audience. Like, that was an impressionable end to a battle, man. It left everyone feeling like, wow, what just happened? It's a moment, right? Opponent completely fucking befuddled. I'm not saying you've got that kind of dirt on every single person. I am saying, though, that going from being Mr. Nice Guy to that is an interesting dichotomy to possess in your locker. And then, of course, P Solja. P Solja just needs to make sure that he doesn't underestimate his opponents in this group. I think we've seen that with certain battlers in the past who turn up and think their name beats the opponent. But the opponent has turned up to fucking play. In this tournament, there's going to be a lot of scrutiny. There's going to be a lot of people looking over each other's shoulders. You have to understand that there's an inordinate amount of time for people to take notes and all that sort of stuff in battle rap that happens anyway. But everyone's going to be comparing notes on everyone else. The iron's going to sharpen iron, so you can't afford to turn up half prepared, or with a bar you're not sure about, or with a toss away, or a throw away, or filler, or any of that. I'm not saying that's going to happen with P. I trust P's professionalism and the fact that he knows what he's doing. He's been through this. He's done it. He's got the t-shirt. But the danger is always there, especially when you've got three guys that are now looking at P Solja and going, that's my big name. That's the guy I beat. I now get to the next level. So P has to be aware of that. But the other three guys have to be aware that P Solja probably has no intention of being a name on anyone's CV. So they've got to be wary too. So, again, if I'm calling it now, and without having anyone else to come on the stream this evening, otherwise I'd say let's get them on. And like I said, I just haven't heard from anybody, so apologies for that. But we had P Solja on. That's pretty fucking cool, right? I'm calling it P Solja, Sam Hypes, Quicksilver, Bert Broadbent. I challenge the three to prove me wrong. I challenge you. Prove me and anyone that doubts you wrong. And bring something to this tournament we ain't seen. So there you go. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to talk about this evening. Obviously, we covered some of the short circuit stuff the other day. Nothing really else apart from Dub T's. He released like a statement to kind of clarify his position on the whole thing. Why is my fucking... It's oh, God, annoying. So I don't really have anything to talk about as far as short circuit is concerned. It's just a crying shame, really. It's just really annoying that that their final show ends on a whimper rather than a celebration, which is what it should have been. So yeah, shame about that. We edge ever closer though. We're 6, 7, 8 weeks away from the tournament kicking off, and tomorrow is the last show on this series. So and it's a big one too. Yeah, it's one of the big groups in terms of who the favourites in it. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see if anyone turns up, which would be lovely. But if not, we'll examine the battlers more thoroughly tomorrow. So I hope you'll join me for that at 7 p.m.-ish. Otherwise, it's been fun. I appreciate you coming on this evening. Thanks for bearing with me as I coughed and spluttered my way through this one. Hadda Shrooms, as always, thanks for joining us. Aaron, thank you for joining us. Mr. P Solja, of course, thank you for hopping on the stream, sir. You spoil us, you really do. And then also Ribshot. Thank you very much for joining us all. The four of you currently watching, I appreciate your company as always. Thanks for watching. If you get time, please like, share, and subscribe. All that good jazz. Make sure you're tuned into the Premier Battles Patreon. They're dropping a few battles at the moment, including but not limited to Visual versus Tony D. I plan on watching that battle in the next few days. Obviously, while it's still on it's behind the Patreon, I'm not going to review it, but I plan to review that one at some stage on YouTube once it drops. So hopefully we'll get around to that in the future. So the only other thing I would suggest is if you have battles that you would like me to react to going forwards, because that's what I plan to revert back to. I'm going to do the retrospectives. The first one is on Quill. We'll be doing that not this week after. We'll probably revert to like a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday arrangement for that. But then we've got battles that won't be so long. Again, the retrospectives take about this long, like 2 hours, 3 hours. battle rap reaction, you know, it's an hour, it's a cheeky hour here or there. Do you know what I mean? So by all means, leave me your comments, suggestions, tweet me, direct message me, whatever you fancy with what you want to see. So listen, man, I've enjoyed your company. I hope you've enjoyed mine. I hope you find it within yourself to like, share, and subscribe, and also stay tuned for further content, including the final episode of the Premier Battles Where Winning Matters Contender series we've been doing, which will air tomorrow for the final group. But before you do any of that, take very good care of yourselves. Enjoy life as much as you can. Take every attempt at happiness that you can possibly muster in the next 24 hours before I see you again. And stay tuned for the next episode of The Halcyon Show.